Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
It feels so good to be back, bro. I've said it before. I think you said it too, P, when you miss an episode. That's the only thing you think about. Going a whole week without talking hoops with the guys is crazy, bro.
FOMO.
Yeah.
It really do be FOMO, man. So I apologize to the people at the crib that, that was missing good old Kenny Beecham on last episode. I'm here full effect. How y'all feeling today?
No, forget that. You drove like 12 plus hours to get home.
14 hours to get home.
It was 14?
14, because with stops and
Yeah.
14 hours to get home.
That means you didn't do designated driver from when we go places.
Fuck out of here. That's the most driving I've ever done, and I'll never do anything.
What
over
type
an
of car
hour,
was
man.
you driving?
Jeep Grand Cherokee.
Was it comfortable?
It actually really was, man.
Okay.
It actually really. I mean, I was in cruise control for all of it.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling.
I've never put my car in cruise control.
When you do a 14-hour trip, I bet you think about it. But when I got out of New York City, because I had to drive around Manhattan to get the car. Which,
Oh man.
hey, I ain't got. You understand how crazy that was for me, because I'm bad at spatial awareness in general, and New York, you got this much time to pull up.
Yeah.
Once I got out of New York and I was like only on the road, 88 miles per hour, cruise control, far left lane, and I was chilling, bro. I listened to hella podcasts. I watched a 2.5 hour. Well, not watched, but listened to a 2.5 hour wrestling video.
Oh.
Okay.
And yeah, it was.
I ain't gonna lie. I definitely been listening to more stuff in the car versus like music. It just feels like you in a conversation or somebody else is there talking.
Bro, I didn't
with
listen to a single second of music the entire trip. It was just all pods, YouTube videos, and so on. So, which is crazy. I didn't get to listen to y'all last episode. Is that crazy? I had 14 hours on the road and didn't even listen to y'all.
you. Yeah.
No.
It's
I mean,
a little crazy.
That's a
You
little
talk to us all the time.
Yeah.
So
But I really wanted to know what y'all favorite moments of the season was, man. So I'll go listen to it.
I'm feeling great though, KB.
Okay.
especially after that loss, y'all lost a must-win game against the Golden State Warriors.
Oh.
Yeah. We moved on.
I think the worst part about my trip is I had 3 days where I couldn't watch basketball, basically.
Yeah.
At the first travel day, at the day where they messed up my flights, and then the whole drive back. So, like, that game, didn't see a single second.
we almost pulled Bulls on the Lakers.
Wow. But when it
was
don't happen,
almost,
it's
though.
a fake comeback. When it actually happened, it's real.
Yeah, it was he had another similar situation where they had it was only a couple possession game and they threw away the inbound pass. We stole it. We had the three. We missed it though. So
Who took the shot?
dope. Also, Luka also did not have the best performance.
I did look at the
Yeah.
box score. It was like kind of stinky.
Yeah.
I saw the Photoshop of people putting D'Angelo Russell's face.
Bro, I
on-
had to save that picture to my
Seeing
phone.
that, it was wild.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
It's crazy how you can get defined after one game.
How was SmackDown last night?
Oh, it was amazing.
Did you go alone?
No, Kyron was there with his mom.
Oh, okay.
They
Shout
was
out to- shout
they
out
was
to
sitting in front of me.
Patrice. Huh?
They was
Right
sitting
in
in front of
front
me. Yeah.
Okay.
We
She
couldn't
doing
really
good?
get.
I haven't talked to her.
I didn't have a conversation
15
with her,
years?
but she
Oh,
looked
okay.
like she loves the black women wrestlers. So
Okay.
whenever she see they on the card, she try to pull up.
Bianca Belair.
She wasn't there. It was Jade Cargill and
I
Naomi.
like Jade. I like Jade
Yeah.
a lot.
Bianca, that's my girl. Envy.
No,
No.
that's AEW.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
Bianca the one with the
Right.
Yeah.
But she
the
used
hair,
to be
whipping people.
She used to be with the WWE. Her name with WWE was Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks.
Yes.
They won't let her
But the
get
new name with
um,
AEW is
Mercedes.
Mercedes.
They won't let her get Sasha Banks back.
That's kind of insane when you think about it. The video that I mentioned, the wrestling video, was talking about like the Rhodes family
Yeah,
and how like when Cody Rhodes went over to AEW after leaving as Stardust,
yeah.
they didn't let the man use his real name. He had to
Stardust?
no, because he was Stardust with WWE.
Yeah.
And
you
then
saying
when
they wouldn't let him use Cody Rhodes?
they wouldn't let him use Cody Rhodes, so he was the American
Oh, the American Nightmare.
Nightmare. It's like, damn, Vince McMahon really have you sign over your real government name, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
John Cena.
Because when
They
you
own-
come
they
over
own
here
John
with
Cena.
us, it's going up 125%. Just that name.
Yeah.
Everything John Cena do, Vince gets a percentage of that.
I didn't know Cody Rhodes' story was so crazy, man.
After that, I'm gonna just use a fake name. Listen, I'm Jim Cena.
John Cena's making like $40-some million annually from Hollywood. There's a percentage of that that's going back to the WWE.
But I get it though, because I guess when
Middle fingers to Vince McMahon, though.
you're a kid and John Cena is on there, you just run like KB used to have a John Cena movie,
I had his first
Marine?
album.
The Marine.
I had his first album.
Oh, you bought the first album?
We
So the
went to
name
Walmart
sells
and bought the
itself.
album. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
That album did sell a lot.
Forgot about the Marine.
How much you think it sold?
It might be.
because
Gold?
that was actual hard copy
Yeah.
era too. So
I'll say it went gold.
I have no
I
idea.
wouldn't say it went platinum. Because ain't platinum. No, diamond's the highest.
In my room, it went gold for sure.
It went gold.
Because we was singing them songs. On everything, we was singing them songs. Not realizing that the jorts weren't cool, but in my mind, they were so cool.
Yeah.
They were so cool.
I don't know if George can make a comeback.
I think they are. They're making a comeback right now.
It just
None of us are probably with jorts, but they're making.
I have a
comeback
pair
right
of white Jordans.
it's also
Are they like modernized?
it's also a different style. Yeah, it's like a modernized. It ain't like what we used to for real like wear jeans like just plain. They might have a little loop like just.
I feel like only girls
nasty.
can wear jorts.
I'm gonna wear a pair actually. First day of summer, be locked in on numbers on the board. I'm gonna have some jorts on.
Wear some jorts with like some compression knee sleeves. I think it'll complete that fit.
Okay.
Why do y'all think it's like that though? Why did jean shorts fall out of fashion for men, but like for women it's still just normal?
No idea.
I don't
I
think
feel like jeans falling out of well, not even I felt like jeans are falling out of like normal wear for people.
You
If
think
you go
so?
to the mall, most people are wearing like sweatpants, like females are wearing yoga pants, leggings. Like most people aren't wearing jeans.
so
Just being comfortable is the way you'd rather be.
fashion always goes in and out anyway. Women wear jean shorts?
Yeah.
I don't
I don't know.
not the women around.
I've
me.
never had I've engaged at a woman in 2 years since I've been married. Just my wife.
Oh,
Laser
you
focus.
That's the only person
That's
you
still
see
a
after you're
woman,
married,
though.
right?
That's the only person. The only
That's
woman.
still
the woman
She's
you
still a
see.
woman,
She don't leave the house, so
so she don't wear jean shorts.
she ain't wore jean shorts ever.
Jean shorts in your house?
I'm sure Elena has a pair.
Jean shorts in your house?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't be seeing jean shorts. Even when
You know, sometimes people just have it in the wardrobe. Just want to throw it.
Nah,
in
that
there.
don't
The
count.
back of the closet, you got to dust it off.
Yeah, that don't count.
sometimes-
Today. I
You know,
got like
sometimes people just have a little bit of everything just in case you need it for a certain situation.
I can imagine what
sound like
that
some
situation
bullshit
is.
though.
You know what?
I would
This
never go
really
out
could
telling
be-
people I got something that I don't wear. Like I feel like I got hoodies that I used to wear years ago in the pod. I basically don't even have it no more because I don't wear them.
No, I feel that.
Do that
Like the
spring
next
cleaning.
time I clean out my closet, yeah, exactly. Next time I clean out my closet, it won't be there.
I think I'm just going off
I got
my type of
HOH
experience because like,
hoodies that I just gave away.
I got through the wire hoodies.
I just wore through the white hood the other day.
really,
Yeah, I got two.
I haven't worn
My two last ones.
I got the burgundy one and the gray one.
I wore the gray one.
I got like a dark.
They comfortable.
Is that the
Yeah,
bluish
yeah.
gray? I got like a blue.
Yeah, they got a bluish one. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a bluish one. I ain't never giving that one away. I'm gonna just let that one hang, like a jersey in the rafters.
Hey, do your thing. You can hang it up on the set if you want to.
I
Y'all
ain't
believe
doing
we
no
we 8 days away from the end of the regular season?
Whoa, get into drop the mic, KD.
Oh, okay, let's get into drop the mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places. For today's Drop the Mic, presented by Toyota, is Giannis's future at center, or do you think he should stay at power forward?
That's a very interesting question.
I think
it's at power forward though, just because I think you can optimize. You just need someone who can really like stretch the floor, which is why they continue to have Brook Lopez.
Brook Lopez has been like one of the best things that happened in Giannis's like
He's 37 now,
career
too.
as a
We just-
teammate.
I do like the temporary minutes of him playing five though. It's just
Zion
like when they
need
want to play
his Brook.
small.
He do. But that's the thing. It's just not. It's so hard to find a Brook.
Yeah,
It is.
so much that they then mocked Miles Turner to the Pelicans for like 5 years in a row since Zion been there. It's like, yeah, man, they just need to get them a Miles Turner and Zion gonna be cool. But now they got a Kelly Olynyk and a Carlo Makovich,
Yep.
which is basically that. I would say at power
I
forward,
don't know. Miles been hooping.
I would say at power forward mostly because you saw what your boy Anthony Davis did for his career, basically talk about how much of a burden it is on your body to be a full-time five when you're that physical. So if Giannis can be like, hey, yeah, Brook Lopez or Bobby Portis or so on, y'all can take the five responsibilities and I can play like the safety, it'll probably extend his career, I would say.
Yeah, and also I think Giannis is big and physical, but I also don't think you want him guarding other team centers full time. Like you don't want him guarding a Joel Embiid or anybody on a night-to-night basis.
Getting in
Just-
foul trouble.
Yeah,
I feel
nah,
like
yeah.
you negate his defensive value if he's a
Yeah.
one-on-one defensive player versus a big.
you're just trying to force him to be a one-on-one defender. Yeah. And it's just, and I also think he's part of him being a great rebounder is that he's playing a 4. Like he's not always.
I like what a lot of y'all are saying because it's something I've been kind of thinking about. And again, I was comparing it to the Anthony Davis situation, just to them like power forward center types that can play both. But like, I agree with the defensively. I think it's one of the things that unlocks these guys to be at their fullest is like a help defender and not having to initially worry about drives or whatever. You can always play the back line. And then offensively helps too because like at 6'11", Giannis is a mismatch for any power forward in the league.
Sure. Oh, yeah, he's a mismatch for centers too.
Center, it's just like you just add more to it where it's like that center has to guard. He literally has to guard Brook Lopez out in that center at that spot. Yeah. So it's just like I could see a lot of the pushback. The reason I asked it is just because like over the last X amount of games, especially with Dame being out, he's being a lot of that like just straight point center type mold, and he's been looking really good. Stats been like 33 points, 10 boards, 10 assists. Like his playmaking has been really good over these last couple weeks.
No, against Washington, he had a crazy game. He had like 37. He put up a stat line that had never been put up before.
No, that was against Philly, right?
Oh, Philly, yes, it was against Philly.
He's the first person to ever have like a 35, 20, 15 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Which is definitely insane. But yeah,
I like cherry pick stats so much. The first player to ever have 35, 17, and 20. Those exact numbers nobody has ever put up.
I do, like Darrick said, I do like when he does play the small ball 5, though, for a 2 to 3 minute stretch. I don't know what the numbers would say about those minutes, but I would assume that they like start to run people out the gym with him at the full top 5.
But do you think Dame has to be on the court for that to be?
I would guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the alternatives are not really
Ryan Rollins.
No, Ryan Rollins had a really good game. I think that was the same game, right? Against the 76ers where he had like 25. So shout out to Ryan Rollins, man. I love to see.
He had one game where he had put up a goose egg.
That's fine because he averaged it out with his 25.
They won that game too. You keep bringing it up. That's like his 3rd time mentioning that.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It was, yeah.
I like the end of the season where you just see random players start the hoop, man. It's really intriguing. Like I put the group chat thing. I was watching Hornets versus Pacers. Was that Hornets versus Pacers?
I think it was.
Kings, right.
It was Hornets versus Kings.
Because the Pacers were playing against Utah last night. And they kept showing this one guy on the bench. And like, it is our job to know players and stuff. And I hit the group chat like, who the hell is this dude? Eventually I found out who he was. I forgot his name. It's something Sims. He's 26 years old.
UNC Wilmington.
Been playing all over the place. He finally did play and he scored too. So shout out to him. Hit some free throws.
I had the same occurrence when I watched. Let me not say watched. When I glanced through, the 76ers was playing somebody.
Yeah, was it the Bucks?
It might have been a Bucks. No, I don't think it was that day.
It was the game before?
Yeah, I don't think it was a Bucks.
Okay.
Because I just looked at I just glanced at the little box score to see who played for them, and it was a name that I have never seen in my life. I forgot the name, but I typed it in a group chat yesterday. I'm like, who is this? Like, it's one thing to not be familiar, but to like have somebody
Wheeler.
Yeah, I was like, who is this? Who is Wheeler for the Sixers that just popped out of nowhere?
The only Wheeler I know is Joey Wheeler.
What about Zach?
Who is Zach Wheeler?
I know Joey Wheeler is 100% more likable than Zach.
Who's Joey Wheeler?
Joey Wheeler is from Yu-Gi-Oh! He's Joey.
Okay. I never knew his last name.
That's his real name?
Joey Wheeler.
There's another Wheeler in Stranger Things, isn't
Red ass black dragon, baby.
Yeah.
That's actually great.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of random players getting their own cup of coffee right now.
But random is never too random.
Yeah.
Because at least I watch college basketball. Some of these are for real random.
No, for me, yeah, these names.
I was surprised Elfrid Payton didn't get picked back up.
I thought he did.
He did. He's seen him playing yesterday.
He started for oh man, who he played for? I don't even remember.
Hold on, let me double check.
Elfrid Payton got picked up?
Yes, he did.
I was wondering with all these teams like needing bodies, I was like, why hasn't he got picked up?
Hornets.
He's a Pelican again.
Oh, Pelican.
He's a Pelican again?
Yes, he is.
Oh, shit.
He's now played 6 games.
He just played yesterday.
He's averaging guess the averages in his 6 games.
Well, his 22 assist game has his assists crazy.
You know what's so funny?
No, just this with the Pelicans. 6 games, 20 minutes per game.
6.
He's averaging 1 point per game.
Would you change your number in that
14%
situation?
shooting.
I think he still has. I seen him wearing the number 4. I'm pretty
He's
sure
wearing number 22 now.
Oh, number 22. I thought his ass wearing number 4.
I feel like he's wore 22 all season.
Yeah, he wore 22 in his first stop.
He wore it with the Hornets.
With the Hornets. But yeah, shout out.
How's he averaging 1 point?
Scoring 1 point.
That sounds crazy.
He just be broken down.
He got a job though.
No, he probably got some games he literally scoring 0.
Yeah. I mean, you shoot 14% from the field. It's hard to score more than a point.
What would you shoot?
Less than 14%.
Nah, because you could just make 2 layups and stop shooting.
Who gonna make 2 layups?
You can't make 2 layups?
But it was a fast break.
And who is it? Giannis chasing?
No,
you?
it's just fast, wide open fast
Don't be
break.
like
It was
my
a leak
man
out.
who's gonna hit all backboard.
You leaked out.
I thought you was gonna mention
You know who's gonna hit all backboard?
the Hawks guy that
No,
was doing the
sometimes-
layup thing. And
Oh, sheesh.
I thought you were talking about our friend John.
Nah,
Kevin Huerter had to play last night too. He missed his dunk in transition.
haven't heard of him poking that thing recently though.
Yeah, they said he had a career night in dunks the other night.
And some of them are kind of ferocious too.
just trying shit.
But when he missed that transition dunk, I was like, oh,
I missed
okay.
that. I watched that game and I do not remember him missing a dunk.
Because he had missed it and it was like, wow, he just had his career night in dunks the other night.
Did you?
Which is what, 2, 3?
Throws 3.
Okay.
Did you record your pod yesterday?
No, we couldn't.
Oh right, yeah.
He got to go to work. So
shit.
we probably
Them
gonna do it
damn
today.
jobs.
Yeah, y'all got to lock in so he can retire from his normal job,
That would be nice.
So you can retire too.
True.
from your normal job. Imagine he quit the basketball pod to be a full wrestling podder. Damn.
Y'all would just have this
You
chair.
ain't got
here.
time for both.
But we would probably move. I would probably sit there.
No, y'all could just leave it. It's for the
Nah.
It's
Are you
for the
gonna clean it?
memories.
Because you know
If
you got
you-
the cookies.
He got cookies in there. He got
If you leave,
chips.
then we ain't keeping
He
it.
looking like what else is
Matter of
there?
fact,
What are these glasses?
see, he just pulled shit.
Who
right.
had these?
Why you got that TV ass chair, bro? Just pulling stuff out.
I just don't know where these glasses came from.
That's how Homer used to be at his work desk. Pull out a whole donut.
I feel like that's a Blues Clues chair. Like just pull out a notepad out of it.
Hell yeah.
Hey, we got to use that for an ad.
Speaking of ads,
That would be
I
pretty
just
funny.
seen the last ad. I need to watch one more game.
God, the
Hey, Kenny.
And bro, I love the gif of me just walking through the door.
I think it's funny that the audience loves the ads.
yeah, they like the ads more than the videos. At least that's what the comments say. And I don't even think that ad was that funny compared to the other ones. we
It's just
shot.
Mike's acting.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You a
Yeah,
hell
because the
of a-
Raycon one was funny too.
You
Just
a hell of
'cause-
an actor, bro. He walk in, DVL say, "Hey, lock in. We got a game to win." My fault, bro. I can hear you though, because they in ultra mode, which allows me to listen to my music and still hear the person next to me.
You'll be surprised how many people come to my stream just saying Raycon.
they need to throw you another bag.
Yeah, I told them I'll do a giveaway if they give me a couple pairs.
I got a couple pairs at the crib. If you want to do a giveaway to your community, just let me know.
Yeah. Make it a little subathon type thing.
Yeah.
What's the last thing you missed?
What you mean?
Like while you was gone? Did you see Jokic 60-point triple-double?
I saw the last overtime. I had just got to my hotel room and watched the last overtime. And
So you
watched.
didn't see Steph 50?
Oh, look, this is what happened. I board my flight. I'm getting the notifications the whole time. Like
Yeah.
Steph Curry has so and so point 30
Because some of
points.
us get the Wi-Fi on the flight anyway.
Right. But
Some of us don't.
some of us don't, and I don't know. But I board my flight, and I swear to God, the lady next to me, she's watching a game on her iPad.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
And she, like, whenever the Warriors did something, she's like, yes. So I don't know if she's a diehard Warriors fan or a Steph Curry fan or whatever. And then we start to take off. I have Wi-Fi. It was maybe 2 minutes left in the game. And I'm like, she didn't buy the Wi-Fi. So I pulled up my app and said, like, they won. You know, I don't know if she was looking for the Steph Curry record or she was looking for the game to be won, but I let her know that they won. And she was like, thank you. And then we chatted for
What if
like,
she was like,
fuck off of me, dude.
this weirdo is trying to like
Talk to me.
We chatted for like 2 minutes.
You can't get my number. Viral. He come back here. Oh man.
We chatted for like 2 minutes, and she was asking me like, so you're a big basketball fan? I was like, yeah, like that's what I do for work, and so on and so forth. And she was just saying that
How do you explain that? We talked about. I don't know.
I just said that's what I do for work. She didn't ask no question further than that. For far as you know, I'm a G leaguer or some shit. I don't know. But I just said, oh yeah, that's what I do for work.
She left. She left and said she
I
was.
think she got a little common sense after seeing her watch basketball. She know damn well.
It's possible.
You might be G League or team manager. The new Amir Khan, but you know.
But she was just saying, she told me she played college hoops But she had to be like 40s, 50s, or whatever. But shout out to her. We got there safely. I don't know
So
what
she would have
doing.
bust your ass, is what she was
Probably.
secretly telling you.
Probably.
Yeah, the lady next door to me told me she played college hoops too.
So these ladies just letting y'all know.
2-on-2, yeah,
They
we
will
were
bust
right,
y'all
2-on-2.
ass.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was a weird flight there, man. Because she's watching basketball. The person across the aisle to me, he's watching Bill Simmons' Rewatchable podcast. And then the TV, that somebody on the TV was watching Bill Simmons' Boston Celtics documentary. I'm like, this fucking sports ass plane I'm on right now.
Bill Simmons out
Yeah,
here.
he got a monopoly on planes now. He's just doing everything. I'm like, it's a weird ass flight.
Hey, everybody in there was sports fanatics.
Yeah, for sure.
So that means that if y'all would have ended up being stuck together, y'all would have had a lot to bond about.
Don't talk about being stuck, because I was
Why
stuck
would they
on
have been stuck
for
together?
5. I was stuck on the runway for 5 hours.
That would have pissed me off.
I gotta
Those- with them?
No,
though?
no, on the other flight on the way
yeah.
back. But I got
Y'all really sat for 5 hours?
We sat for 5 hours.
I didn't think y'all
Jared.
sat there for 5 hours.
Here,
That's
it
crazy.
got delayed for an hour at the terminal. Cool, that ain't no big deal. I went to go get some snacks or whatever. And they were like, we gonna board.
But having to get off a plane that you boarded is tough.
It's tough as hell. But we sat there. Like we started our like taxi to like the runway. I'm cool. Bet. We about to be home in 2 hours. A flight from New York to Chicago. And the engine's cut. I'm like, oh fuck, here we go. And the pilot comes up like, hey, just letting you know we got a call from O'Hare and they're holding all flights for the next hour. Everybody like,
Damn.
In my mind, at the end of the day, I just want to get home.
That's
if
all.
that means I gotta wait for an hour for a safe flight, I'm cool. And then he came back. He came back and said, hey, just got a notification, just got another call. This is an hour later. That it'll be another hour. And then I see because the flight attendants, from my understanding, they don't get paid
Yes.
until you're like in
the
the
air.
air. So he dropped in his chair and
I think that's like some of the most corrupt
kinda
stuff.
crazy,
it's
right?
so corrupt. It don't even make sense.
because they're still serving us
Yes.
like, you want a snack, you want water, you want drink, everybody doing okay. And every hour, on the hour, he kept hitting us up, hey. And then eventually he said they shut down O'Hare for the night. We're going to go back to the terminal and you guys have to get off.
That's kind of crazy that flight attendants are expected to essentially work for free
Mm-hmm.
for however long until they get in there.
Yeah.
And they are also
I never knew that.
and they have to be on call. If they call you at 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
saying that you have to come and work this flight in the next
So
2
they
hours,
basically didn't pay. They didn't get paid because we didn't
Yeah.
take off. So they just reported to work for 5 hours pro bono, from my understanding.
yeah,
It's crazy.
that's crazy.
But I got another story later, but I want to get into some basketball talk. Who's our Mills Mans of the Week?
Stephen Curry would be the Mills Mans of the Week. I thought it was very impressive. Two back-to-back nights they won must-win games, and he put on great performances against the Lakers and then against the Nuggets. And those were like crucial wins when you talk about standings and implications on. Now they only a half a game behind Denver with that big win, so now they can essentially go all the way up to like the 4th or 3rd seed with that win.
Yeah, no, it was an insane week. Of course, you got the game versus Memphis,
Yes,
where he
and then that
had
game
the big
against Memphis.
moments, and then the back-to-back wins. And they just continue to look great, man. I was expecting that game. Unfortunately, the game last night didn't have Jamal Murray, but I just want to see the size difference. You're going against Jokic. It's a team that's running a 6'6" and smaller lineup, or 6'7" and smaller lineup. How is it gonna go? Jokic again had a phenomenal moment or night because he's Jokic. But they shut down everything else. And kind of was like, Jokic, we know you're going to do your part on the offense side of the ball, but if we shut down MPJ, we shut down Christian, we shut down Aaron, one guy scoring a bunch of points is typically not going to win you the game.
Yep.
And if we shut off all the other things, then we can win.
That's very easy to do when you don't have Jamal Murray on the
Yes.
court. And I think that's a lot of teams' philosophy when they do play the Nuggets, that we going to kind of try to let him do his thing to a certain degree, but also just we can't let MPJ hit 5 threes.
Right.
We can't let Jamal Murray get 30.
remember-
At that point, then you damn near lost.
There was a time in Jokic's career that when he scored 40-plus points, they had an awful record.
Yeah.
Because that meant that you shut down everything else. And I don't know if that's still the case because now he's doing
Well, he just had a 60-point triple-double and lost.
Yes, yeah, I guess that's true. I guess it is true. But yeah, that's a good pick for Mills Mans of the Week.
Jamal Murray wasn't in that game either, though.
True. But the fact that
yeah.
went to double overtime is kind of insane.
Yeah, I mean, Anthony Edwards started off slow. He started picking up early, but the role players for the Minnesota Timberwolves did a very good job of keeping that game close.
I love their role players.
The Wolves?
Nas,
Okay.
Nikhil,
Yeah.
Dante. Yeah, they really got it. Yeah, these Western Conference standings is gonna be that's. I know it's like crazy that we a week away from the NBA going into the playoffs or whatnot, but like when you look at some of the standings, it ain't as crazy out east, but even some of the out east spots, the last games in the last week will mean something. Like especially out west when you got Memphis, Clippers, Timberwolves, Warriors, Denver, and then the Lakers. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 teams. Just in a little.
They're all within a
in a
game
fight.
or
It
half
could
a
all
game
mix
away.
up by the
Yeah.
time we actually get to the playoffs.
You go on a 2-game losing streak, you're in the play-in.
Yes.
Yeah, and Denver's on a 3-game losing
Bro,
streak.
I was on Reddit and I seen somebody from OKC's like, we're going to send the Lakers to the play-ins. And we're the 3rd seed right now because we got like a little back-to-back against OKC. It's like there's a
y'all do?
possibility. We do
think-
have a back-to-back against
Wow.
OKC.
I think
That's kind of that's scary.
the last game of the season, the Clippers play like the Warriors or something.
Hey, I want to give a shout out to the Rockets because they went on that like 10-game winning streak, and
Now
that
they
gave them
chilling.
such a cushion.
Yeah. They do have a crazy schedule coming up because I watched the game against OKC last night, which was a phenomenal win for them.
Yes.
I want to talk about them later, but like
Yeah,
they got
Clippers,
the Warriors.
April 13th, Sunday.
Clippers, Warriors.
Sunday, every team plays.
Yeah.
But they might be neck and neck. Like that game really could be an early
You know,
playoff
the
game.
NBA did it so that all of the games tip off at almost the same time, so nobody can be like messing with the standings.
Yeah,
like if
it's
our
at
game is
2:30.
2 hours after him and he
Oh.
won, I could be like, oh, I'd rather play in the 4 seed, so I would lose this game on purpose.
Okay.
I remember 2 years ago at Avery's birthday party, we were watching the Knicks play against the Bulls, and they played like all of their starters 43 minutes, and they had already
don't
secured their spot.
Yeah, no, that was the game that Dante had played 50 minutes
Yes.
in overtime.
Yes. Yeah, they went overtime with the
Yeah.
Bulls.
I'm trying to remember. You say Avery birthday. I don't know. I just remember the place that had the tacos.
Oh,
That was last year.
That
That was
was-
last
yeah.
year. That's
yeah,
what.
they did it 2 years in a row.
Yeah. This year,
Not
somewhere
at
else,
that
though.
same place though.
No, yes, it was.
Yeah, it was.
At the same place.
Same
Yeah,
place,
yeah.
same venue, same taco
Right by the
stand.
train station.
Yeah.
I don't. But did I not go the first time?
No, I think Darrick was the only one that pulled
Yeah,
up.
I only-
Okay, so
yeah,
that's
I
why I
was,
don't
yeah.
remember. Yeah.
So the Rockets got the Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, and the Nuggets to close out the season.
Also, that's all people within. Okay.
But them being the 2 seed right now with 3.5 games above them in the 3 seed,
Yeah.
they're like if they just finish 2 and 3 over these last 5 games, then they're the 2 seed.
Yep.
You know, in most cases.
They just can't shit. If they
Yeah,
shit
they
on
can't go
those
0-5.
games, yeah.
Which I don't think they will. They're such a good team, bro.
I liked what yesterday. I know you want to talk about it now.
Let's do it.
I thought in that second quarter they put out a lineup that kind of just it really like demolished OKC in a way,
Mm-hmm.
where they played Jabari Smith Jr., Şengün, and Steven Adams,
yeah.
and they just destroyed the offensive
They were
boards.
so physical.
and they played zone with that
Yeah.
big ass lineup, and I was like, they really like had a scheme against OKC that really worked.
It was so funny to see the lineups, and of course OKC's running their double big, and Ime's like the Steven Adams Şengün thing has been working in their 100 minutes. We gonna start it.
And then we're going to throw Jabari Smith Jr. in there because he's so damn versatile
He
defensively.
rebounded the hell out of the
Yes.
ball.
They did like a platoon substitution. It was like the first 6 minutes is the double big lineup, and then the next 6 minutes is the small ball lineup with all these fast ass athletes
Yes.
like Tari and Jabari, and they just Steven Adams as an offensive rebounder has always been elite. But him and Şengün minutes, they rebound their own misses 54% of the time.
Yeah. They're
And
so damn
for
big
every
and physical.
miss, every 2 misses, they get their own board once, and they
Yeah.
score on those opportunities.
You can't do that lineup with J-Dub at the 4 against them with that lineup. And
Yeah.
they did it, and it definitely, you saw that J-Dub definitely was not able to out-physical either one of them.
So,
I like what they do against Shea too defensively.
Oh, yeah. I think throwing zone at Shea
and there was no
allows you
Dylan
to,
Brooks last night either.
yeah, and it also allows you to be safe with the fouls. Like, he shot 2 free throws last night. Playing zone allows you to not have to really risk one person getting in foul trouble guarding Shea.
Yeah, I watched back because I watched the game, then I watched back just Shea. They did a good job. It's also crazy. NBA players are just so different. They damn near like, I don't know. It's just weird how they are. Because when you watch, and I know it's going to sound very simple, but it's just crazy how programmed basketball players are, especially at that level with the muscle memory. Shea just do shit, and it's off of the instinctual repetition of doing something that he know. Like, and I remember at All-Star, I asked Shea, I don't even know if I ever posted the video, but I asked Shea, like, man, what you look at when you got the ball and you're in your triple threat? And he said what most people say, which is like most elite scorers, he looking at the backside to help where it's gonna come from and all that. They not worry about the man in front of him. And yesterday I seen him make a move where he like head faked Fred VanVleet, wrapped behind his back into a mid range and just pulled up, and that's because Steven Adams was in the paint. But it was so like I know exactly where I'm gonna get to because I'm watching Steven Adams, so I already know that once I get here, I'm shooting because I know I'm not attacking his big ass in the paint. And it was just so to just see it happen, and I rewatched it and rewind and to see how it was like boom, boom, da. It was like bah, 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 bah. It was no, and I was like, these motherfuckers just different. Just different. Little phone booth space because he's attacking people, but they digging, they
but it's so
gapping
crazy
up.
because like that's in all those crazy moves we see, it's so much fundamentalness behind it because it's like that's just stuff people work on. You know, like
Did you just make that word up?
I did.
That's fine.
But like I think again, you right. The more you practice, the more repetition, the more just effortless it seems. I think the one dribble pull up like off a catch and shoot, probably like just eye test is one of the most efficient jumpers that like I see always go in. And I feel like it's just because that's like one of the main thing people practice. Pump fake, one dribble pull up. Pump fake, one dribble pull up.
Can you two dribble pull up?
Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm a drill master. That's all I do.
I just think two dribble pull up is tough. You see a lot of people do two dribble pull up? You so used to doing one dribble pull up. That's such a basic workout 1-on-1. Catch, boom, boom. But then boom, boom, boom. That it fucks up your whole rhythm.
They used to have us do that. I don't remember if it was Hinsdale South or when I was with St. Joe's, but that was drills that they
Rest
had
in peace,
us
St.
practice.
Joe's. I said that in the video, and people thought I was talking about Evan Turner. That don't even make sense. I actually saw Evan Turner when I was on my trip.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did he say
That's
what's up?
random.
Yeah, I said what I'm talking.
What was he doing?
I'll explain later.
But no, I remember Kobe was saying that like a lot of the stuff that people like just lose their minds over, like it's stuff that came from a lot of the fundamentals that he just literally practiced, that it just became a nature to him doing it in game.
Yeah, that's why I say the muscle memory of it. It just show you how much work they put in because it's an instinct thing. Because the game is to read and react. It's an instinctual game. You don't know. I don't know if I tween, Darrick cut me off left, right, whatever. But if you work on a certain amount of moves that we call bag, instinctually in muscle memory, it just happened.
Yeah.
Some shit just happens so fast, especially when you're playing in an NBA with elite defenders. You don't know what they're going to throw at you. It to just do the shit. I know players be like, damn, I just did this shit.
I think one of the craziest things, I think we actually mentioned this before, we're talking about like certain skill levels, but players like Trae Young or we could say Luka or whoever's throwing that lob, James Harden too, where you could kind of like really pick your poison between a lob or a floater.
Yeah.
It's just like, and then the big men do a really good job of recognizing which one is which. and
Jokic
able to
does that
finish it.
too with Aaron Gordon.
Yes,
I saw
he
one the
does.
other day, or that might have been last night's game, where he was so deep into the paint, you just knew that it was about to be a layup, but it was so off to the right, and then Aaron Gordon was just there. I wasn't even paying attention to Aaron Gordon sneaking his way on the baseline to be there
He
for the
might
slam.
have did that the game we set Corsair too.
Wouldn't be surprised.
But Trae Young is so impressive because of how small he is.
Facts.
It's just so crazy to
The
be
fact
able
that
to
he's
throw
able
it.
down there with the trees and he's able to get it off perfectly.
But then in order to combat that, he got to sometimes do it from so far. It's like shit.
It's so hard to be an elite level passer from that size, man.
I mean, just talking about those passing real quick, I'm going to kind of toss it to my Lakers a little bit. I know we had that loss against the Warriors. I'm not really too worried about that, but like just watching them again over these basically since Luka's got there, we get so many open shots. Like we legit are witnessing one of the best passing tandems of like we've
LeBron
ever
and
seen
Luka.
before. Like, I mean, Vando just probably has about 4 to 5 open dunks damn near a game. Dorian Finney-Smith gets about as many open looks as he can. I mean, even LeBron, like LeBron talks about when he's talking about Steve Nash, like for the first time or one of the few times in his career, he's getting a lot of just times where he's catching the ball and he can attack off the dribble and attack off triple threat and stuff like that. So like it just got me thinking, LA, and I think you said it before with Denver, like they got to be a free agency destination at some point.
Y'all gonna have Clint Capella soon. Clint Capella's gonna
It's
be
like
a
if
Laker.
I'm a free
What
agent
would
and
you
I
say
see
that?
Because he's probably like the ideal center that's going to be a free agent that will fit everything that the Lakers want.
And probably gonna be relatively cheap.
I
Yeah.
hope so, he's cheap. But like
I have
if I'm
no
a free
opinions
agent
about him anymore.
If I'm a free agent, I think I could get my value up there just because You're going to get as many looks as you want.
And especially a guy like Clint Capella, I think, can definitely go there and thrive. When you're talking about playing with two great pick-and-roll players like LeBron and Luka, he's going to go from Trae Young and James Harden to being with LeBron and Luka.
He's always
Bro, I was going to say that's
the luckiest center in NBA history, bro.
Yeah.
And he can
just
go there
always-
and just ball out as long as he stay healthy. I think this year he's been a little banged up.
Go back to the Clippers with Harden.
Yeah, I know.
When Zeus sit down, you get in there and get your
I'll
shit
do
up.
like
I would,
them
if I'm
double
him,
bigs.
I would rather go
When you
somewhere where
got
I'm
two
starting.
legit starting bigs and one that just like
Do you think
okay
he's
with
gonna
coming
be?
off the bench, it's really
I don't
good.
know if he's gonna be their number one option. So he might be coming off the bench regardless. He just came off the bench for the Hawks.
Well, that's because they had two centers that showed a lot of promise. So,
Cool.
in Gay and was it Guy or Gay? I
Yeah,
forgot.
it's-
And then
yeah, but he's like
He's
a
a
Onyeka
power
Okongwu.
forward. He didn't
he's
start
like a
playing
power
until Jalen
forward.
Johnson got hurt.
When I thought he played some five when Jalen Johnson was there.
But he's been starting at the 4.
Yeah, he's been
or
starting
the
at
games
the
he
4
started.
lately, yeah.
'Cause,
Everybody gonna have like a little small ball lineup, but he's not. He's a power forward.
Yeah,
Another
but
player I don't have an opinion on.
Who?
Mo Gay.
Why?
It's just like I don't know if he's like a real part of what the Atlanta Hawks are trying to build, or is he just a guy that's getting minutes right now? I haven't
think he's
figured
just
that out yet.
A guy that's just getting minutes right now. That's just what I think.
I want to get back to the Rockets just for a second.
Yeah.
Because we did our episode like a month ago when we were saying like what is the floors and ceilings of all of these playoff teams. And the majority of us say like the floor, first round exit, the ceiling is like a second round exit, right? They can win a series against a specific team. And then, you think about the landscape of the postseason, you would much rather play against the Rockets than play against OKC. You probably want to play against the Rockets versus playing against Denver. You probably want to play against the Rockets. It goes on and on and on. And I think a lot of that comes down to like
age.
it's age and experience, but it's also like when it gets close, these games are close. Like that game Monday night versus the Lakers. You remember they went on like a 4-minute stretch in the fourth quarter where they scored 0 field goals. So like, what is their offensive upside in a close game?
They're never gonna have an overwhelming player either.
Nope. And that's why I like what you said, but I agree, which is like a lot of games they're winning within 3 quarters, or like they're already dominating the game. It's not going to be like that in the playoffs. You're going to need to be able to close out those games, and half court offense in the clutch gets a little scary for them. Like sometimes they don't even know who's closing out. It could be Jalen Green, it could be Freddie, it could be Jabari sitting out. Like I think
Sometimes
that's
they
already
run
one
through
thing they're still
Şengün.
trying to like.
Yeah, they definitely do have a lot of options late in the game where they kind of don't know what they're doing.
That ain't a problem though.
It is.
I don't
in
think
a way,
it is,
I think
but
it is a problem.
It can be a problem when it's only 12 seconds left and everybody's looking around for somebody to do something, and then it's Fred VanVleet chugging up a 35-foot shot
But
at the end.
that's not the Houston Rockets. I think it's unfair to pretend that every time they're in the clutch, that's their reality.
Yeah. But I also think
that has happened with the Lakers.
Yeah.
We've seen them where that's definitely not who they wanted to take the last shot. That's the play that just ended up happening. That's any scenario for every team. You can have a star-studded team, and sometimes it's just a broken play. But I don't think that's the reality of the Rockets.
I've seen a couple of games where it's definitely been like that in the last couple of possessions, where it's just like, who is going to be the person to step up?
What team have you never seen that for? You could say that for every single team.
But I feel like a lot of
we're
teams
saying
still
for the
have
Rockets,
that guy.
for other teams, you can say that, but like they have their legit go-to guys.
So-
the Rockets are still trying to find
For
that.
what it's worth, clutch minutes are considered 5 minutes. 5 minutes, 5
yeah.
points. That's what it is. They play 44 clutch games this season. They're 26-18 in those clutch games. They have a 106 offensive rating and a 107 defensive rating, which has a negative net rating. Their 106 offensive rating is 20th in the league when it comes to clutch offense, but their 107 defense is 8th in the league. So again, getting stops and hoping that they can make up for it
they
with
can
a
get
couple
something,
points.
yeah.
still.
I think the issue is that they just, when you compare them to the other teams, they're not going to have a Jokic. They're not going to have Anthony Edwards. They're not going to have LeBron and Luka. They're not going to have Shea. Everybody has a legit star. They're just a team. I don't think it's because they running around with their heads cut off. It's just that Jalen Green or Shea.
Yeah.
Jalen Green or Luka Doncic.
I just think the point that we're saying is that when it comes down to that last 5 minutes, you just need that one person who can really just bring everything together and just calm down and just be able to get their buckets. They don't really have that type of person that can really just go get a bucket when you're talking about that last 5 minutes.
They don't have it at the level of the other guys.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know if how much y'all watch. I've seen Jalen Green
No, I've seen
go
Jalen
fucking
Green
nuclear.
go nuclear too.
Right.
But
so
also
they have a guy, he's just not on the level of them.
Yeah.
The only thing I was pushing back of is when Mike's saying that it's just a broken play in the last possession.
I'm not
of the
saying
game.
it's a broken play. I'm just saying that like
They don't know who to give it to. I've seen them know exactly
having a
who to
number
give it
one
to.
guy in the clutch is legit 100% gonna make you a better team.
That's common
Not
sense,
having
though.
that is a deficit in the playoffs. It just is.
One thing I did like that you said though, that they beat teams in the 3.5 quarters. Because I definitely can feel that. Where like even last night against OKC, you mentioned like the second quarter they brought out this big lineup, but they came out and they blitzed them immediately.
Yep.
And I think that the advantage that they have against definitely not all the teams in the Western Conference, but a lot of those teams is how fucking physical they can be on a nightly basis. And that might be where they like have to hang their hat instead of being like, yeah, we have the best player in this series.
Yeah, it's just also they also a team that likes to play in transition. Yeah. Like they like to force turnovers and like get rebounds, outlet it real quick, and they gone. That's not something that's always going to be there in the playoffs.
I'm just waiting. I mean, we got a week left of the season, and this lineup is still very new. But in the games that we've seen, no team has been able to take advantage of the Şengün Steven Adams thing.
Well, yeah.
Because they have Amin Thompson and they have Şengün, who are great interior passers. Like there was a few times last night where Amin Thompson beat his man, and there's both of the centers are just sitting down there. He passed it to Şengün, who passed it to Steven Adams. And it's like that's a bucket. So
and also you can't take advantage on the other end because they're going to play zone.
And they're going to be big as hell, man. And again, I don't think that their ceiling has changed, right? I think if they win a first-round series, we walk out and say that was a phenomenal season for the Houston Rockets. Missed the play-in completely last year, 2 seed, win the series. But if they also lost, I can't look at it as a 2 seed failure of a year.
We're only going to look at that if they got their ass mocked.
Right, they losing 4.
They got their ass mocked. But yeah, I feel you. They tough. And a part of me has more respect for them going into the playoffs because it was so easy to just say, man, they just ain't got a guy. It's just like so it's so dense to say that.
Basketball's so much more.
Yeah, they play such a team. There has to be some type of value in having a team perspective.
How many
playoff
games end up going down to clutch time in the grand scheme of things? If we have a 7-game series,
I don't think
first round 7-game series.
I feel like 1-8 no, 2-7 it depends.
Think about the seeding, but like if you 7 games, you would guess that what 3 or 4 of them are clutch games. You would say.
I'd say about
We've
half.
seen a little bit of every type of variant.
Because even we've seen some 7-game series where there was 0 clutch games in it.
Yeah, but we've also seen some where every game is.
That's why I said it's variance.
Yeah, like last year the Nuggets and the Timberwolves.
They only had one clutch game.
Yeah, they only had one clutch game.
Yeah.
And then the Thunder
and the
and the
were a
Pelicans
bad
had
clutch
the
team.
one. They were what?
A bad clutch team all
With
year.
with a what?
With a go-to guy.
You said who's the bad clutch team?
like
The Minnesota Timberwolves were.
Oh,
I mean, but that was
year?
Last year. This year too. But like last year, remember that was my big gripe with their ceilings. Like they fucking suck in the clutch. They can't score. And they had Karl Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. They still couldn't score.
Yeah. But then when it came playoff time, Anthony Edwards, he showed you that having me in clutch time, I could get us there.
I think they got really hot at the right time. Not like as a negative thing.
Yeah.
But you don't have 40 games of clutch performances of being bad and be like, now in these 6 clutch games, we really, really good. We're the best in the league. Like I think the timing of it just happened to be perfect.
I think when it comes to there's 2 type of clutches. There's the last 5 minutes, and there's the last 3 possessions of the game. The last 5 minutes, you can still operate as a good basketball team, but I just feel like those last few possessions, it's such a mixture of so many different things. Whether you have a go-to guy or not, that's why I was saying the Rockets should have a little bit more respect in saying they don't be knowing what to do or who to give it to.
That's not the only thing I'm saying. That's one of the things I'm like I dislike about them.
No, that's fine. I'm not.
You can have on the second side, like
I'm just going back to the point of like I've seen a Timberwolves type team. Now we're just talking about the playoffs. You don't have to feel attacked, but like I've seen teams like because he just said that they weren't good in the clutch, and it made me picture. I was watching some game, and I think I seen like Anthony Edwards shoot over 3 people.
I mean, in that game against Denver, at the end of every quarter or end of every fourth quarter in overtime, the Minnesota Timberwolves offense looked awful, and that's how we got to the point where it was a double overtime game, and they kind of got bailed by Russell Westbrook.
Hey, on some real shit, I was so surprised that he threw it to Nikhil. I thought that was about to be another game.
Bro, Julius Randle had an open lane, and he was
where,
like, nah.
Julius Randle messed up the last possession that sent it to OT.
That's what I'm saying. They just, even now, they're not a great
So I was just
team.
going back to say all of that about, like, at the end of the day, it's going to come to who hot, the coaching, and then also how we execute, and then who we playing defensively. Because sometimes these teams are super, like OKC is super good defensively. That is like, it's going to be hard to execute. And again, we talked about, I think, did we talk about it? I forget what we talked where I talked about this at, because I just did pick a side. But it's one thing to just kind of like be that guy and everybody in the world and in the gym know the ball is going to you.
I also feel like you just never see a team make it all the way to the NBA Finals. It's just being a good team.
No, that never happens.
Yeah, so like in order to really reach that full potential, you're gonna have to have that guy.
Oh, absolutely. I think that's why none of us have the Rockets going to the finals.
Yeah.
But all that being said, that's why I'm intrigued to see how they kind of handle those situations, because they're undeniably a great team. Like, you don't end up as the 2 seed out west.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect you to have, or I'm expecting them to have a positive record in those clutch games. Like when he said 22 and whatever, like you just don't end up as a 2 seed without that. But they have a lot of things that I think other teams don't, whether it be that being able to run 3 bigs, or I think they have one of the some of the best wings defensively in the league.
Yeah, for sure.
Being able to switch. You just talking about Dylan Brooks. He get in foul trouble. You got to hang with a Ben Thompson and Tari Eason still.
Tari Eason is shooting the ball really good.
I think they can
lately,
win
too.
games in other ways. And again, like the first round, it might not be all clutch. So if they can overcome, like I think they can hang. It's just can they take care of business when it comes to like can they I think attack the schemes that are going to be held against them, whether it be now like making them shoot the ball or doing stuff in the half court. I think that's another thing I'm probably looking at.
So we've talked about it from the other perspective. If you are this team, you probably want to see the Rockets. If you are the Rockets, which of these teams would you rather see in the first round series?
Would I rather see?
The Warriors, the Grizzlies, the Timberwolves, or the Clippers?
The Grizzlies.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I want to see the Grizzlies.
I don't want to see Steph Curry in the first.
No.
I don't.
I don't want to see a rack. They 14-0 with this line. I don't know. I'm cool. I don't know if anybody, and that ain't a shot at the Rockets. I don't know who wants to see that.
Yeah, that's the team that everybody's maybe not afraid
The
of, but they
Grizzlies?
just not.
Especially since they got
The
Jimmy now.
Grizzlies,
in
I
the
feel like-
first round too.
Yeah.
No, I'm cool.
Right now,
Grizzlies,
that's the
I feel
Lakers.
like Rockets can play Rockets ball against the Grizzlies. To me,
Yeah. I also think
I think so too.
It's
I
a
don't
lot
think the
going on with
Timberwolves. The Timberwolves wouldn't be a bad matchup either.
I don't know.
No, I don't mind that one either. Like, if we were ranking them, I'd probably put Memphis first, just because firing of a head coach, they still trying to figure
Exactly.
it out,
Yep.
and all of that. And then I think Minnesota's probably second on that list if you're the Rockets,
Because it's the Clippers. They so scared.
you don't want to see the Clippers
Yeah.
right now.
You
Yeah, I
don't wanna
guess it is the Timberwolves. The Timberwolves still they a team too,
They
man.
No,
go
and
through
yeah.
these roller coaster 5-game win streak, 6-game losing streak, 7-game win streak, 4-game losing streak. You just got to hope that they going down when you go against them in the series, bro.
I just also
really
think
do.
defensively, I think they match up with Minnesota really well.
Especially if they're running this double big lineup a lot.
Yeah.
They gonna run they double big. We gonna run double big. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Rudy Gobert.
Yes, he had a monster.
He has been hooping.
Monster.
It's so
man.
funny how he just has sometimes when he's playing with a new big, there's always just like this random slow start. Like it's just this big adjustment period for him.
I just don't know if he's as malleable as he should be.
Yeah, same.
But let me get these stats for Rudy Gobert recently.
But that's the last conversation to wrap it up. I said all of that to say that's my thing with the Rockets, where like I feel like, and I'm only gonna speak for myself. I feel like I've been too dismissive of like, hey, as good as they've been, I just got all these other teams above them. Where in the last month or so, I'm watching, they go on a win streak, they doing anything. Even a night like last night where they beat OKC, it's like, it's so easy and just like neglectful to just be like, well, they ain't got a Jokic. So it wasn't to go back and forth with anything that you said. Nothing you said was wrong. I agree. Like they don't have that.
One of my favorite games of
but
the year
they're just somewhere I want
was
to
their
put
first
them.
game against OKC in the was their first game against OKC.
they played against OKC 5 times this year. Bro.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And Fred VanVleet hits that. I think he had
That
like
long
35.
shot,
yes.
But that was a team. Fred, I think he definitely was like the I guess, the leader down the stretch, but like that was a whole team collective effort to beat that team.
And I've seen them do that like most of the year where Amen Thompson hit a game winner against the Celtics. Fred VanVleet hit that. Jalen Green has taken over games. Sengun has been the man. Dylan Brooks has hit a big shot. I can't remember if he had a game winner, but he hit a couple of threes against somebody earlier in this part of the season.
Didn't he have a crazy game against the Celtics?
That was Amen
Yes, that was the Amen
Dylan
Thompson
Brooks?
he also hit like 7 threes in that game.
Okay.
Yeah, he was
Hey,
on fire.
good memory, my boy. But like, so it's like I feel what you're saying, but what they've shown us is they are a team that is doing it from a team perspective, and when it gets to the points, they know who to give it to. It wasn't like Amen Thompson killed the Celtics, and they was like, "We still going to this." Like, nah,
They drew up a play for him,
they gave it to they guy.
That's one thing they definitely got for sure is a good coach.
But in totality, I'm saying all that to say, I just wanted to give the Rockets a little bit more love, credit, and respect for the season that they having, because like we always up here saying, they are the 2 seed. Yeah. And it ain't like a hot stretch in the early part of the season. They kept it. They're back there. And if they did fall, then it was like, oh yeah, that was it. But they are back. And I agree with KB. It ain't that I'm finna change my opinion and say this team is about to go to the finals. But it just feels like they've been a little bit more dismissed than what they've done. They've earned a little bit more respect.
See that
for the amount of like wins that the Pistons doing the triple win thing, obviously taking over that. But it's kind of been shoved under the rug a little bit.
Yes. Yeah.
Like they missed the play-in completely last year, and came in as like, we are the 2 seed and the dog of the Western Conference.
Yeah,
I don't know how much you can
got so
emphasize
comfortable that we're not in the Wild Wild West part of it.
Yeah, facts.
Literally, I don't know how much you can emphasize the Western Conference. I mean, there's teams that literally are 7th, 8th seeds that if you put them out east, they're a top 4 seed looking great.
So, 2 things. You mentioned Dylan Brooks' name, and it reminded me in that Lakers game, he had a baseline turnaround jump shot that was fucking awful. And I forget who was on the broadcast.
They called him out. They called him out on that.
Who was on the broadcast like,
but you know what?
In the moment,
deadass in the moment though, I didn't think it was that crazy of a shot.
Shit.
I swear they swung the ball like 6 times. I don't think they touched the paint at all. And somebody was just like, we got to shoot the damn ball.
I know.
And that's one thing Dylan Brooks is willing to do.
Yeah,
Dylan Brooks
literally
sometimes
like,
have those
I gotta
type of
shoot.
shots,
I just gotta shoot this thing because ain't nobody finished. I've seen
3.
that look before.
I just hate that he do the green release animation times when it's not a green release.
But did you see his defense on LeBron though?
When he was booty bumping him?
Oh, yeah.
They stole the back.
Why was it so quick though?
Twitter had a field day with that shit, man. Congrats
They said
to
Dylan Brooks
and
out
Dwight
there living my
Howard,
dream.
Yeah, let's do the Hall of Fame thing because it is official. You know, we know the inductees to the Basketball Hall of Fame for the 2025 year. Here's the list. Carmelo Anthony, who's on the screen right now with Jay Billis and them. Dwight Howard, who just a couple minutes ago I started laughing because they were showing like highlight clips of all the dudes, and the first highlight they showed of Dwight Howard was a turnaround jump shot.
Oh,
and I just thought that was fucking hilarious. We got Sue Bird, Maya Moore, Sylvia Fowl, Danny Crawford, the 2008 Olympic team, which means
Danny Crawford, the referee?
2008 Olympic team means that Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard make it twice in 1 year. Billy Donovan and Mickey Arison. I don't know Mickey Arison.
Mickey Arison. He owns the Miami Heat.
Oh, does he really? You don't get no Hall of Fame for that.
Shout out Mickey.
I ain't know Mickey.
Is you shitting me?
Nope. Didn't know Mickey.
I definitely don't know owners.
Well, that's a good names though.
It's a good group of guys.
Names I've been knowing since I was
They were just showing that Carmelo Anthony highlight tape, and I'm just like, bro, he was so damn good.
Yeah.
He was so.
You remember you modeled your game after him?
I tried to a little bit.
With the jab stuff?
Yeah.
Hey,
I like that he's still rocking the cornrows in
Hey,
2025.
he was so damn good.
He was so damn good, bro.
Underappreciated in real time, like I think a lot of players end up being, because he didn't have the overwhelming postseason success, and that becomes a test.
He's not a winner.
You're not a winner.
Made the playoffs the first 10 years of his career.
Went to the conference finals and lost
Not
to Kobe.
a winner. It is so
How many times y'all think he made it? How many playoff series wins do y'all think he has?
playoff series wins?
Series.
We obviously know he made it to the conference
playoff
finals.
series wins?
Series wins. Like how many times did they advance to the next round?
Oh,
with Carmelo
okay.
Anthony on the team?
Oh man, 15.
I'll go 12.
No,
I go
way less
17.
than 15, because he went on a one run to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that's what
just
Chauncey.
That's 2 series.
Oh, I think they went to the Western Conference Finals twice.
No,
Because then they lose to the Jazz the next season.
the Jazz never went to the finals.
No, then that was the second round. You're right. My bad.
Let me not say they never went to the finals.
Yeah.
When we were of age to view. He won he won like what? 2 or 3 series with the Knicks. Melo probably got about 8 or 9.
He's got 3.
How?
He's got the conference finals push where they
Ain't
beat
that 2 right there?
the Hornets and the Mavericks, and he only won 1 with the Knicks where they beat Boston. at 6.
Melo.
He was 3-13.
So we
in the postseason.
We lost to the so
That's
the
why I said
Pacers.
17. I was
That year
way
we
off.
played that year we played the Pacers.
That was a second round series. Y'all lost that one
After we beat the Celtics.
after you beat the Celtics.
I'm thinking that's 2 different years. Damn, because that Celtics series was kind of close too.
Yeah. So
And one of them years we
3-13
got
sounds kinda
unfairly
crazy.
thrown to Miami Heat.
lost in 5 to the Heat the year before that.
Yeah, we won that one game. That's when J.R. Smith did the reverse dunk in the Madison Square Garden. We shouldn't have been playing them in the first round.
Shout out to Melo, man.
Yeah, that's.
I had to dial back because I was like, you said series. I'm saying 15.
I think it's crazy.
15 series.
Damn, why you do the wall like that?
15 series.
50 series is like Michael Jordan. Actually, let's see what Michael Jordan total is. 3? Yeah, 3.
Yeah, that's so low. It don't even sound right.
Right, like, am I?
Yeah.
What you thought it was?
I thought
That
it
was
like
something I
a
learned on my
black 12.
drive home.
The 3-13.
The 3-13 part.
Well,
It felt
Jordan's is
like the Nuggets went on a
crazy 'cause-
couple. I don't want to say they went on runs, but it felt like they was advancing to the second round at the least.
Guess how many Michael Jordan?
Well, he
How many
went to the
series
finals.
wins?
He went to the finals. He got 6 wins. So
Okay, let's see.
How many
So in
series
order to get
wins does
6,
Michael Jordan
Yeah,
have?
that's 24 wins right there.
right there, right there.
Hell no.
did he make the playoffs with the Wizards?
No, come on, man.
I don't know. I don't know. I genuinely don't
hey,
know. I'm asking a genuine question.
Just think,
I just don't know.
he wouldn't have had to join them. He joined them because they
Oh,
were
they got the
fucking
whole
bad.
group. Dwight on the panel now. Hey, they killing it.
How many times was he kicked out?
31 players.
30 is the number. 30 and 7.
30 and 7 in the playoffs?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
What about Robert Horry?
Oh, man.
He just,
What
He
about
got
Patrick
such a-
McCaw? Patrick McCaw probably going crazy.
He got what I guess for Melo, probably what, 9?
Robert Horry postseason series, 39-9.
39 and 9.
39-9.
Yeah, that boy don't do nothing. He gonna win some games.
Golly.
Congratulations
mean,
to
like-
Maya Moore.
So, like, Tim Duncan, them Nate
Super.
stats got to be crazy too, right?
Let's see.
That big 3, they playoff records are insane.
Tim Duncan postseason total wins, 35 and 13.
35 and 13.
So Robert Roy was better?
Robert Horry got more rings, so he got to be better. Oh, Dwight is crying. Hey, so yeah, we gave love to Carmelo. Also got to give love to Dwight Howard. Just genuinely had one of the most dominant center stretches in the NBA history.
Yes.
It's a fucking shame that he didn't make the NBA 75 for whatever reason.
Carrying
One of
the team
biggest
to the
ones.
finals.
And doing that as a big without like, I don't want to say offensive skills.
A
because
crazy offensive bag.
He just
yeah.
dunked and
He
rebounded.
dunked the rebound
And
right
defended
at the
his
right
ass
time.
Built like a what?
Action figure.
100% deserve this, man. I'm so happy for him.
One of the best hairstyles in the game, too.
That hairstyle is atrocious.
He's still going, man.
I wish he cut his shit off like when he first came to the league.
He was a big contributor to that Lakers win.
He definitely
Yeah.
Helping them
that
win that
ring.
championship.
And I hate that people was talking shit about him crying about that championship. You see, he an emotional dude.
You see him wearing the
Yeah.
ring.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
He emotional dude. And
That
that
ring
ring
big
emotional.
as hell, bro. That ring is big as shit.
That's
bro.
why you don't see players actually wear the ring often.
Yeah, look at it.
Yeah. It stands out like a.
And I
So it's
think he probably still feels like he can play in the league.
Oh,
I'm sure
you've
he
seen
does.
him cry out.
Yeah.
It acts.
He's still tweeting stuff.
Yeah.
Any big man go down. I see the Dallas Mavericks need a center. I'm
You know,
right
he
here.
tweeted the Lakers talking about it.
if
I heard
it was
Luka
two-
need a lob
If
threat.
it was 2K, guess what I would have did?
I kind of wish he did
Sign
get an
him.
opportunity.
No,
would've
he probably
signed
see
him.
like DeAndre Jordan still got a job. Why don't I got one?
Locker room.
Who
shit.
better, him or DeAndre Jordan?
Right now, I don't know.
Have any?
Hey.
Oh,
Oh,
right
no.
now it might be Dwight Howard still.
Hey,
Yeah, it still might.
One thing about
Why?
DeAndre Jordan, as soon as he come into that court, he still can catch a lob.
hell
yeah.
He still can catch a lob real quick.
They running him at the elbows as a passer when Jokic's not in the game.
Yeah,
like
y'all
he
want
is.
that triple-double.
Hey, bro, that's got to be the weirdest change from like when Jokic has just been your start, like or DeAndre Jordan just now your starting center after even having Jokic for
Dwight
like 50
Howard.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Hey man, shout out to Dwight Howard, man. They put the 4 shooters around him: Jameer, Redick, Hedo, Rashard
Petrus.
Lewis. Yep, Michael Petrus came
You
off
remember
the
when he
bench.
said LeBron? He
Ray
was
for
like,
Austin.
Wasn't JJ Redick was on that team
Yeah,
too?
but that was before he was good.
Courtney
Yeah.
Lee
Courtney Lee.
with the mask.
Never forgive you, Courtney.
Was that misled?
when he was on the Lakers and he said
What college he
LeBron
went
said
to?
every 2 threes he
Y'all
misses,
not
he
gonna
gets.
guess that.
Or
Yes,
no,
I will.
every 2 blocks
Courtney
he
Lee?
gets, he gets to take a 3.
Said it again. I'm sorry.
Every 2 blocks he got to take a 3 for the Lakers. That's at least
Western
what
Kentucky.
LeBron said.
Thank you.
I like that. We should do that in pro-am for people. Motivate them.
That's what we got to do for D
every
Mills when we
time.
hoop.
Every time you don't get backdoored, we're gonna get you a pad.
We're gonna get you a little ISO.
touch the rock a little bit.
Shout out to Sue Bird,
Yes.
my personal GOAT,
Clap it
Shout out
up.
to Maya Moore.
and Maya Moore,
Clap it up.
also one of the GOATs.
One of the first alliteration demons.
But okay.
George Gervin was like 30 years before her.
I said one of the first, not the first.
But one of the first being a 30-year stretch. It's kind of crazy.
I mean, there was alliterations, but were they demons though? Name me another demon that was an alliteration.
Walter White.
Moses Malone.
Okay, he might have been.
Billy Donovan, also a Hall of Fame coach
Man,
now.
how long they gonna pause?
Yeah, now that felt like when I was on the big screen.
Oh, you was on the big screen. You just got to stand there.
Yeah, Billy Donovan, Hall of Fame coach for his college career.
We should go there one day.
I really do want to go to the basketball hall one day.
Where's is that?
San Antonio.
Look at
okay.
Dr. Naismith.
Oh, wait, no. I'm thinking about Cooperstown. I think it might be San Antonio. I
Okay.
think it might be San Antonio.
Where's the Basketball Hall of Fame,
There we go.
sweetheart?
You call your phone
You
sweetheart?
got that type of relationship with the AI? Hey, it's 2025. I can't judge.
I
man.
seen this one documentary.
Where's
It's called
the
"I Dated a Robot."
Basketball Hall of Fame?
Oh, Springfield,
Sweetheart.
Massachusetts.
Okay, there we go.
Wait, what you say?
Where's it at, Derek?
Springfield.
Springfield. There's so many Springfields.
Yes,
There's a
we got
Springfield here.
Springfield,
Is it
Illinois.
just down south?
Oh, I think it is. I think it is here.
Oh, we should take the road trip then.
Yeah, we
You
should.
driving though?
Nah, I'm good. I hate long drives.
Where's Boston?
East Coast.
But
It's right
where-
outside of New York.
Really? I
Right
didn't know
outside
that.
of New York.
I
It's
di-
kinda
so, like Rhode
misleading.
Island,
Yeah.
New Jersey?
Yeah. Oh, like it's like over there.
Man, say Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Massachusetts.
This is one of them
You
words
gonna
I
have me
can't
saying
say.
this shit for real. Massachusetts.
Did we talk Warriors? I know you gave them Mills Mans of the Week, but
I mean, I talked about them winning those must-win games
right.
against the Nuggets and the Lakers.
Okay.
That way they, get them a really good chance. That if they can really if they go from being a team that was down there in like the 10th to 9th seed all season to now hosting a playoff series, that is such a crazy turnaround.
Shout out to Brandon Pajemski, who's been playing. I think he's averaging like 15 points per game.
Hey,
since
bro,
the
that
Jimmy
game
Butler
against the
trade.
Lakers, that seemed like it was personal.
Yeah.
He was busting y'all ass.
Yeah, it's usually how it be against
You
the
know what he
Lakers.
said?
What?
He said he's better than Austin Reeves. He's higher on the white boy leaderboards than Austin Reeves.
Was he drunk?
He might have been. Or I might have made that up. It's one or the other.
Because then Austin Reeves
Austin
had
Reeves
a
had
good
a
game
great
that
game too.
game.
Yeah. It was the other white boy, Luka, that
I,
did show
I
up.
like the trash talk between Luka and Quentin Post.
That was so random.
Yeah,
and
random as hell.
And why LeBron then calling him a bum is crazy, even crazier.
Yeah, that
I
was
know Bronny will bust
my
your
favorite
ass.
part is he just like Luka sees who's talking, he just started
Laughing.
busting up laughing.
Then he called him a pussy. That was so crazy.
That's his signature. Luka calls people that, man.
You think
That's
Luka
his
can fight?
signature.
no.
I mean, he might. He might.
No.
I don't
He's
see
brought up in
fighting him.
Slovenia.
Yeah, I don't see fighting.
But
him.
also,
He's brought up in
yeah.
Slovenia. You know how they
So
get down
everybody in
over
Slovenia is a
there?
demon.
No, but
and
you
get
know
thrown in.
they tend to become a man a little bit younger over
He
there,
too
so they have to
nice
take care
and
of
he a
more
Laker. You
responsibility.
know he can't fight.
Yeah, he just talking.
Ain't no way you 13 playing with grown men not talking your stuff and you can't back it up.
That's why he can't fight.
No, he can back it up on the court. We know
Yeah.
that to be true.
He can't fight
Yeah.
because he was playing with such older
Man, I
talent.
heard he got connection with Jokic brothers too.
Oh, dude, you don't want no smoke.
You're right.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of them sitting next to each other.
Well, ain't nobody
Oh,
worried.
you talking about Jokic and his brother?
Jokic and his brother, bro.
they-
You saw that
ain't
picture?
nobody, ain't nobody worried about
That's great.
Luka's
His
connection.
brothers did make Jokic look little.
He was little as
No,
hell.
that one dude do make him look little.
I'm like,
it's
damn,
one that's
dude.
super big.
Is he
That-
7'4",
that's-
990
That's
pounds?
the baby brother. Jokic.
If that's baby brother, that's crazy. I don't know.
Jokic might be the youngest of them all, bro.
I think he is from what I've seen. Unless it's one more.
I ain't
dude.
trying to
Just
mess
don't
with
come to
them.
the game.
Just don't mess with them.
That's actually got to be pretty cool. You don't even have to hire a security team. I just got my brothers, my two brothers.
Hey man,
You
speaking
hire
of-
them in security.
Speaking of the Warriors too, The Celtics broke their record with the 3-point shots. KB wasn't here, but we was talking about. Remember, I was saying like I was trying to give Steph his flowers. Like, man, the way the 3-point shot is going.
Just because someone break his record don't mean they a better shooter.
They clipped it and put it on our social media, whatever. The comments was blowing my mind, bro. I was just like, people choose. We choose to make basketball such a stupid conversation sometimes. The conversation is not saying that somebody is going to just outright break the record. It's not about the record being broken. I'm just speaking because I'm a believer that records are meant to be broken. Mm-hmm. The point of the conversation was to say, if and when it happens, we're going to need to add context because the way Steph shot it and the time he shot it at the efficiency that he shot it would still make him the number one guy. I've seen people seen a dude say, man, so he just going to be the best shooter all the time. So if somebody come and shoot more at a higher and better efficiently, you still going to stay Steph? No, dummy.
There's going to be a lot of people that
But I don't think nobody's going to shoot it efficiently.
It's going to be a lot of people that pass Ray Allen up too, and I probably not going to be as a better shooter.
That was the name I was going to bring up because the point to keep solidifying the point. I looked at Ray Allen. I think the most threes he ever shot in a season was like 8. Mm-hmm. Lou Dort did that 2 or 3 years ago when he shot 7.7 a game. So it's like when if Lou Dort passes Ray Allen as a shooter, that just makes him a better shooter?
Because like James Harden number 2 all time I don't think he's a better shooter than Ray Allen.
So it's like that's just the conversation that I'm having. It's about volume, efficiency, and context. I just hate that we have so much information in front of us and everybody know everything except when it's time to have a conversation. Then it's like, well, what about this? So you saying that? No, stupid mother bleep. Mm-hmm. I'm saying what the fuck I just said.
Well, I tell you, records don't even be seeming real no more. And like the 100-point record, that's a different story. But like
that's the only
franchise records, like 3-point, all these stuff be feeling so weird when you just look at it. And it's just like everybody had like
they showing us so much wilt footage, but they won't show us the 100-point. How do you got so much wilt
they
footage?
Talking about they got footage from the 40s, but don't got the 100-point game.
That it don't even.
My perspective on records, as far as like me thinking Steph shit will get broken. Mm-hmm. Well, number one, I think it's gonna get broken because I'm looking at the league. Mm-hmm. I watch basketball and see the inflation of threes. So and then I also know the Steph Curry generation is coming. See, the Steph Curry boom happened 10 years ago in like the 2014-15 era. So we have not seen the kids who grew up
really watching them.
Like, we've seen guys who came up watching it, but like your whole life, Steph Curry has been a phenomenon. Those guys have not came in.
Wearing Under Armour now.
Yeah, they haven't came into the league just yet. So when they come in, those guys may be shooting 8 threes a game as a rookie. Jared McCain is shooting 6 as a rookie. So next year, you got to think that he would be shooting 8. So if you have that volume, by default, somebody's going to break it. But if and when it happens, if they're not shooting with the same efficiency, how he shot it with all the context we'll be able to provide, that was the point that I was making. Volume is not going to be able to touch Steph Curry's shit because we saw he did it at an elite rate, short amount of time.
Yeah, I mean, the first 3 years of Curry's career, he wasn't even shooting it like this.
4.7.
Yeah.
4.7.
And that's attempts, not makes. That's attempts.
Yeah, attempts. Richard Shea shoot that shit this year. In 25 minutes a game. Next year, he'll be shooting 8 threes a game as a wing.
I think Jared McCain is the first real Steph Curry disciple. And not saying that he's going to get there, but like, you all remember that video of him sitting courtside as an injury, just watching Steph Curry warm up. He always mentions Steph Curry being his favorite of all time.
And you can see it. Like,
and I don't know if there's anybody in this year's draft class that's kind of like that. But like, they're going to, like P said, they're going to start happening very, very soon.
He's also a guy that
there's some junior in high school right now that's just
all his life. He grew up as a 4-year-old working on his game,
and he telling his head coach, "Hey, coach, I got to be moving off the ball, man. I gotta keep moving."
Steph is also one of the great players of all time, who people will feel they can mimic more because he's not 6'9", he's not 7 foot Kevin Durant, he's 6'3". And it's a skill set. Michael Jordan was 6'6" with wings who could fly. LeBron 6'9", 250, crazy athleticism. Kevin Durant is 7 foot. Kareem is 7 foot. Shaq is 7 foot. Magic Johnson is 6'9" point guard. Out of the gate, you behind the 8 ball. needing to be 6'8". Steph Curry is what, 6'2", and his greatest gifts is the skill set and the ability to shoot. So I think a lot of people will try to mimic that, and we'll see that explosion. But yeah,
I wonder if they're gonna
Ray
mimic
Allen
the
and James
off-ball
Harden.
too.
Say it again, Mike.
If they're gonna mimic the off-ball movement too.
Yeah.
I feel like that's damn near one of a kind.
I think the separator is the off the dribble.
Yeah,
I think
for
to
sure.
me that's the separator.
That's what made Steph Curry.
He just be dicking around out there.
You said James Harden or Ray Allen in terms of like shooting?
That's what he said. What you say?
I said Ray Allen's probably a better pure shooter than James Harden.
Pure shooter?
Oh, now you just added pure shooter.
Yeah, pure shooter, yeah.
Like,
But
yeah,
this-
he's a better shooter.
Yeah.
Just pure shooting, yeah. But I think James
Pure
has
shooter is different to me than shooter.
James has him in so many other categories.
Yeah,
when it
that's
comes to
why.
shooting.
Like
Pure
off
shooting.
the dribble and
That
yeah.
boy,
Yeah,
we
he's
just
already
talked
ready
about
and
him
so
last
on.
week, inventing, not even inventing, but like just doing his own type of three where they question if it's a trap. I mean, that step back
that's
three is
true.
like
Other
iconic
categories, yeah, he
Him
definitely got to
and,
be by a lot.
him and your boy Dame are pretty high on that list based off self-creation, distance,
Yeah,
all of those type of things. But it's tough to say.
it's great. Luka's gonna be up there too.
I can only imagine
value.
what Ray Allen would have looked like if
In
we could
today's
go back
game?
and add 4 more threes to his attempts.
Oh yeah,
I'm glad.
Peja Stojakovic. These are guys who were shooting a high amount in the 2000s, but
Rashard Lewis.
Let them
Peja
just
had
go
like
off.
a 10 per game
Yes.
year
Yeah.
in like 2001.
Yeah.
It's like insane. Nobody in the world was doing something like that.
Can I speak the other way real quick? Because it's been a lot of conversations just about like errors and like comparing them or whatever. It literally drives me mad when people talking about he couldn't play in that area. He too soft.
Yeah.
we would have
who
put him
just
on.
said something
Shaq.
like that?
Shaq be saying
Shaq
that,
said
and
that
it was like
about,
we gonna put him on his ass. We gonna do that. Like
Oh, somebody else. Oh, no. Stephen A. Smith said that he had an anonymous retired player
Yeah,
that talked about, was it Curry? Was it Curry?
yeah. That Steph Curry
That we
couldn't play.
would've-
in
Curry
the
would've
air.
played.
Yeah, we
Because
would've
they
hurt
would've-
him.
we would have hurt him.
and I think that's what really just made me start thinking because like. If you really think about it, what sense you gonna put him on his ass because he better?
He's
than
just
you.
better
Yes,
than me,
that's
so let's
exactly
We
hurt
what-
gonna
that's
hurt, and
exactly what
it's
I
like that's the reason why our stars are now playing so they mid-30s and looking like still superstars.
Do you know how much
'Cause
of a hater you got to be to say this dude is busting my ass so much that I gotta
give him
end
a
it all.
I gotta close.
I got.
And
I gotta
it's
beat his
such an
ass.
old head mentality because like
They think that shit cool.
They-
I
think
used
it's
to
real.
play. I used to play at the Y and like, and it's a whole different, obviously level. But like, it's a whole different level. But like, old heads be having that mindset is like we gonna be as physical as we can. Not to like, I understand the physicality, but to the point where you gonna try to hurt somebody or it's gonna be dangerous play. It's just like we way past that.
That argument has always been flawed. Physicality is not a skill.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's
That's not a skill. That's why I've told people that before. Like you weak as hell, so you're just gonna come out here and hack me.
Literally.
That's not a. You're not doing shit. That's not skill. You weak as fuck.
Yeah. I never understood that mentality, and also great players adapt.
That's
to
football
whatever-
players
whoever
coming
they playing
into
at.
the runs.
Yeah. Like,
And
You can't tell me 6'8", 250 LeBron couldn't have played in the 90s, in the 80s. He's
But you know
6'8",
what?
250 and
That's
as
why
fast
our
as hell.
other go to 6'6", like and physical as hell and still dominated.
here's the other part though, D Mills. My favorite thing. So Steph Curry can play in the air, so
And then also
he don't have
LeBron,
to. He don't have
Yeah.
to.
LeBron also came in at the early 2000s.
We spent so
But
much
the
time
game was
on
still very physical.
spent so much time on conversations.
That's
that
why
just,
I love the Giannis's answer when he was saying, I think LeBron said like he probably averaged 250 in like the 670s or whatever. And Giannis was like, I probably would have played like everybody else did. You know, that's the way how they practiced back then and like how they played, the play style. Like he would have probably been a big product of his environment. And that's probably just how it is. So it's like
That's
another
exactly
thing is
how
just
it
like,
is. That's
comparing
exactly
the
how it
areas
is.
is such a like negative backwards conversation. It's like it's fun, but to hang your head on
Ray
is crazy.
Allen shot the same amount of threes as Lou Dort. Why are we talking about? It's one thing to gloss over and have fun, but they be taking that shit so
Did y'all
serious.
see?
says- Go ahead.
I seen Isaac. He had tweeted about it, like requoted it, but it was like a tweet from like a week ago. It was like Austin Reeves or Ben Wallace, and it's just like people were obviously just like making fun of it, but it's just like shit like that. It has no comparison.
Yeah. Shaq went off on the current era saying LeBron's longevity is a product of how soft the league has become. He also claims that many players today couldn't compete in the past eras, especially players like Ben Simmons, who should have been arrested for stealing $250 million.
I thought it was Centel when I first seen that. But like he's literally going at Ben Simmons, and it's kind of like uncalled.
He goes at Ben Simmons whenever you get a chance.
Shit is crazy.
But
It don't make sense to me.
I don't know.
Ben Simmons, undoubtedly, if we talking about the best version of Ben Simmons, he would have been able to.
$250 million.
He also would have been able to survive. Y'all motherfuckers weren't shooting anyway. He actually would fit in perfectly. Let's be real. Ben Simmons would have played the 4. He would have played the 4, played the 5.
He would have been Magic. He would have been left-hand Magic. Boy, he would have got your ass paid.
Whenever there's a mic in front of Shaq lately has been on some crazy stuff.
He on some old man get off my lawn shit, which I can't get behind Shaquille, Mr. Diesel.
It's crazy because he's one of those dudes when we talking about why the old heads disrespect. He's like literally He's like really went into that. Like he's really just disrespecting this generation of hoopers.
So what they say, it's like falling off creator to right wing grifter. There's an NBA equivalent to that, and I just don't know what it is. But
he literally, I remember Zion had a triple double or something, and
he just
like,
wasn't impressed.
He said, "I need more."
Yeah,
he said 21 points ain't enough. I need 25 to 27.
Mm-hmm. Who did he say on the microphone that like this was a good game, but it's not enough after a game, and the player was like, oh, "Okay."
Christian Wood.
Was that Christian Wood? Damn, I wish it was somebody better, because the point would have made more sense.
I remember Kevin Durant went on there, and Kevin Durant y'all don't remember that? KD, they called him up, and he kind of just stood there just awkwardly. They was asking him questions.
I just don't fuck with them guys like that.
Yeah, I think he just...
Because even, you remember when Donovan Mitchell had the big-ass playoff game, and Shaq was like, I need more. Like, God, I mean, I understand pushing. Yeah, I understand pushing, but like, the motherfucker just came off a 54-point game.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man.
We don't always have to talk about we need more.
Because I understand the pushing aspect, but if it's the same person is doing it to everybody, then it's like it loses the value.
Yeah.
I also don't want to hear that shit after I just played.
Yes, exactly.
That's what I have to tell my dad. Like, bro, when you got something to say, it's EJ, wait the next day. Nobody want to go through the heat and moments of a game, and you come off the court, and you got your shit on a motherfucker talking. Hey, man, say that shit for later. It's the same thing there.
I had a dream about your dad like 2 nights ago.
What was he doing?
You know how he be... I got to go get a tissue now. You know how he be posting EJ's workouts?
Yeah.
My dream was it was him working out. Like he was doing the shooter drills and shit. Old ass. But it was like cash. It was cash. All right, y'all hold it. I got to go blow my nose now.
How y'all feel about Ja Morant and these guns?
Bro, this is how I feel about it.
Talk to me.
Life is
about guns and butter.
Nah, I think part of life is learning to
You never
cope.
seen Baby Boy?
Oh, that was a movie reference? Okay. I did not see Baby Boy, though.
Part of life. You never seen Baby Boy?
Wait. Hey, get the fuck out this studio.
How you
ain't seen the one black movie that come on BET every day?
I was gonna say that shit
day.
literally comes out all the time. I see memes of it on Twitter all the time. But back to the Ja Morant stuff, life is about coping. And like regardless, because life is just, it's not always gonna be fair. You're not always gonna be in the right situation you want or whatever, but like you gotta be able to cope with the situations you in. And for him, they gonna pick on him because of that history. He's gonna have to adapt to it. It's not gonna be fair, but he does have to adapt, especially if they messing around with your money.
Well, yeah, they said they warned him multiple times, and they said, I guess this time they had
you're gonna have to adapt. Like, it shouldn't be like that. Especially you see all these other people posting celebrations of like people doing the gun celebration and stuff like that. But like,
did Desmond Bain get fined for it when he did it to?
He did. I'm pretty when he did it to Caleb Martin.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he did.
Who knows?
I don't remember.
But like, people are bringing up all these screenshots of other people doing the same celebration, and then they're pointing back to Ja getting the fine, which is like,
who posted?
Ja's gonna have to adapt because right now the league, they don't want to see him winning that.
What if this is Ja Morant's band Jordan 1? Well, he keeps taking the fines because he really wants to just show off his gunplay.
No, I wouldn't.
Why? No, the fines of being 75,000 is kind of crazy.
And the next one's gonna be more.
Yeah,
But
if it
here's
was
my
like
thing,
4,000, 5,000.
The reason I can't defend Ja Morant is because
Bain wasn't fined according to.
Desmond Bain wasn't fined? No.
He just almost got into it with.
So I think they're picking and choosing who they want to find with it.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
that's
like
what's messed up about it.
They're picking one person.
I think it's more of like, hey, we warned you, bro.
Yes.
And then you did it again.
What I don't understand what's the defense. This is a dude who had 2 run-ins after the big one and did it again. So it's like, bro, stop.
That's what I said. Life, you gotta adapt to it, bro. You gotta realize.
Sometimes it really is
what's
that
going
simple
on.
as stop.
Literally. Why are you like? I don't even understand the obsession. It was so crazy. He did that shit. I instantly wrote a little bar on my phone.
What is it?
You gotta save it.
You know,
somebody
I
might
don't
steal
want
it.
people to steal it.
That's true.
You know, people be stealing bars nowadays.
They can have it.
Hey, y'all remember when D Mills had that thing where he was stealing people he was stealing what people had to say in the moment when we started recording. So we'll go through it.
Oh my
and we'll be like, Mike, when it gets to you,
hey,
we gonna
that's
talk
one
about
of your worst errors, bro.
Yeah.
He's like, Mike, we gonna talk about how much Giannis is doing this season. And it'll get to D Mills part because he ahead of me, and then he just steal the whole
stole the
thing.
whole
And then you gotta
thing.
leave off. It's like, man,
So
now
what
I
Mike
gotta,
is saying, we used to do rehearsals for like live shows or pre-recorded shows for All Star, and because it was like pre-recorded and we rehearsing, we would some of the segments we would have an order. HOH used to do these like shows, especially in like the quarantine, and so we would go in order so everybody know their cue and everything, and so Mike would go last, and he'll do it. They'll say, "Do it one more time, y'all." And luckily, it'd always be that last time and not the real show. But I think you might have done it once or twice in a real
Yes,
show
he
too.
did. Yeah, he did.
It'll get to somebody. Me and Mike go, hey man, LeBron, this and that. KB has already said, we all know what he's going to say. He got his point made, and cool. Darrick, yeah, I just think the left wing, when he's shooting, he's stepping back, and KB like, that's what the fuck you just heard me say 5. That was so strange. I never understood why you
I
would
remember
do
one
that.
time you blew up on him in a way.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Because he stole some shit you was gonna say, or well, maybe it wasn't yours specifically, but we were all just tired of him doing it.
Yeah, because I was trying to tell him, it's like, that's low-key dirty.
It was. I think that's exactly what you said.
Like Mike, I think you did it to Mike, and it's like, at the time, Mike wasn't as quick on his feet. So he got what he thinking he finna say, and you steal it, and now he just gotta sit there like, yeah, man, yeah. Like,
what D Mills said.
Yeah, I know exactly what D-Bill said.
I don't know why I did that, honestly.
You definitely did it on the live show once, and I think that was Chicago when we did the All-Star Weekend live show.
Hey, old days, old
plagiarism,
The old
stealing,
days is the
plagiarism,
old days.
stealing, and then leaving your mans out to dry is crazy.
plagiarism. Yeah, that essentially was plagiarism.
JJ Redick says that the most improved player award has lost its spirit.
That's funny because we've been saying that.
He agrees with us.
Just call it the high draft pick on a max contract that is now an All-Star award.
I like it.
You just
Didn't
separate
it start with Ja?
Yeah,
Yeah, it started with Ja. Well, no, I would say Lauri Markkanen was deserved.
Lauri Markkanen's a good one.
But Lauri Markkanen was a very well-deserved one because he was definitely bouncing around a little bit.
So it started with y'all then.
I started with Ja, but I would say
No,
last
because
year.
Lauri won it after Ja.
No, it's not like exclusively
Yeah.
that, but like when it is that, it's very glaring.
Yeah.
Like I would say last year, Tyrese Maxey is kind of that.
Yeah, because he
Even though he wasn't on the max contract.
Yes, he wasn't.
But like he was a max player. He was
Yeah.
working his way to be there.
and he
Well,
had
maybe he
already,
also was a 21st overall pick, or like
True.
Yeah.
But the year
But-
before that, he averaged like 23, and he
Yeah.
went to 25.
he should have won it
But
then.
hey,
Yeah.
he legitimately had like an MIP.
Yeah, he improved.
It's over with.
Kobe White was number 2, my guy. So
Hey,
but I think Kobe White literally fit the mold
that's
of what it was
let me
supposed
put on
to
for
be.
Tyrese Maxey.
Let me put on
Lauri
for Kobe
Markkanen
White.
did too.
Yeah, and Lauri Markkanen
James
did too.
Harden went to the Clippers.
yes.
Tyrese Maxey said, "Hey, I've been here. I could play with James Harden. It didn't matter. But since he's gone, I've been practicing like I'm the one."
Yeah, no.
And he came
And it
in average
wasn't-
25 plus.
And it wasn't
Okay.
expected. Ja was expected.
25 plus. Great.
Kobe White averaged 9 points and then jumped up to 19 and a half.
Good for Kobe White.
He deserved it.
Yeah, I think that's
Who was the most improved?
Tyrese
Most
Maxey.
most.
On a legitimate
Most.
playoff team. Mike, talk to him. He ain't
know
do it on
that
the
man.
loud
Kobe White
side.
be on the playoff team if he played with Joel
I
Embiid
said a
too.
legitimate coulda, woulda, shoulda. His ass should have
man.
stayed at school there. 'Cause his draft stock
because who were the
would've
last
failed.
few winners? I remember watching. I looked at
No,
the list
no,
recently.
no. Just Maxey went from 20 points per game to 26. That's pretty fucking elite.
Oh,
I
that
ain't
was
gonna-
a jump. I thought it was a lot less.
No,
I mean, going from 20 to 26, it
No,
might only be 6 points, but it's
No.
like
That's-
allowed.
that's a lot.
six.
But I thought he went from like 23 to 25. I thought that's what it
No.
was at first.
No. Shout out to Tyrese Maxey, man.
What pick was he? Was he 19?
It was like he was in the 20s.
See,
though.
he was number 21.
Okay, so yeah, boom, 21.
This year, he's obviously referring to, because they asked him about Austin Reeves's, because Austin Reeves is going from 15 points to 20 points. He's not really in the conversation. He might finish like 3rd or 4th.
Kay Cunningham.
Kay Cunningham is no longer the betting favorite, though.
Who was the better favorite?
Dyson Daniels.
Oh, well, I guess some of these dudes were top draft picks that ended up on. It was Brandon Ingram and Randall as well.
I think those are warranted, though.
Yeah.
I think those are the ones.
Julius-
And then Ja.
Julius
It ain't
Randle had
about
one of
being
the
a
most
top
big.
pick. It's about the progression.
Because even Victor Oladipo was a top 3 pick. And
Yes, he
won.
was. But I liked Victor Oladipo's story.
I like
so,
Julius
yeah.
Randle and Brandon Ingram's. Brandon
Yeah.
Ingram first 2 years was not what he
No,
is
it wasn't.
now.
Yeah.
It
And
was
then
looking like, woo.
Julius Randle is definitely very well deserved, especially.
But his last 3 years are the same.
Yeah.
Who?
Brandon Ingram.
Yes.
Like, statistically, he's been like the same player for 3 years
He's a
straight.
good player.
Yeah,
Well,
very good player.
Injury is going to come at some point, too.
Can't believe he got all that money without playing a single second for the organization. Good for him.
I'm so against that, but that's my boy, so I'm
Yeah, good for him. That's the way we
I'm never with that, though. I would never do that on 2K.
Don't know how he fit with
Unless
nobody.
it's an all-NBA player. That's the only how I'm doing that.
He's just chilling on the bench watching.
We got 5 wings over here. Could hop up and get Cooper Flagg, but here.
Yeah. Jamal Shed, he just cheering him on.
Oh, my boy Jamal Shea.
But he did say he's a goofy guy, and we starting to see a little bit of goofy guy. Look out the goof for Brandon Ingram.
You like Gabagoo?
I'm not even familiar with what that is. I just remember hearing it a bunch.
It's Gabagoo. That's
The meat.
Oh.
He used to eat it
What
on-
were you thinking?
he used to eat
Gabba
it-
Gabagoo. What is that from?
Is that from Flintstones?
Yes. Oh, no, it's not Gabba Gabba. It's Yabba
Yabba.
Yabba. Yeah.
Yabba
yeah.
Dabba Doo.
Yeah.
Yabba 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 do, they little lady. What Brian say?
Let's get into some of the teams that we think might kind of be stuck right now. You know, going into the last week of the
Mediocrity.
season.
I'm gonna go first, man.
Go ahead.
Utah Jazz.
That's the team that
I
sticks
just
out the
don't
most
know
to me.
what's.
I think the reason they didn't make my list is because they might have the number 1 pick this year.
I didn't put them just because they're so bad. I just.
If they get the number 1 pick, they're still far away.
I think Cooper Flagg goes to Utah. He is the greatest white player in the history of basketball. Just because it's like a natural environment in Utah.
I think they got a
He's
little
become
lucky.
better
Could
than
he
Larry.
pull a Alex Sarr of last year?
You're like, don't draft me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the transfer portal.
Cooper
actually.
Flagg is not your typical John Stockton guy. Cooper Flagg got a little bit of that Sazon seasoning salt.
Did y'all see who he said he modeled his game be under or around?
No, who?
No, I don't think so.
Jason Tatum offensively.
He said that?
Yeah, he said it out of his
So
own
he
mouth.
I
has-
seen this, but I didn't know he said this.
Right.
Who's the
Arizona.
defensive part then?
Jonathan Isaac.
Oh, that sounds like all time great.
And so the,
Don't it?
so the comparison that they morphed from that is Scottie Pippen. Now, I don't know if Scottie had the all the way offensive bag that Tatum had, but point forward.
It's not bad.
I like that.
But I mean,
Cooper Flagg, we said shit like, I just did that to his little ass. Y'all ever seen his high school highlight? Like, he dunked him like he was going back and forth with VJ Edgecombe in high school.
he like Chet.
I don't know if he gonna
'Cause he
necessarily
grew up
pop
in
up with a,
Maine.
I don't know if he gonna pop up with a grill like Chet and dress like him, but on that
Or
court,
any oxtails?
he hit that.
The Oxtail thing is still hilarious.
He
I'm
hit
gonna
that
always
switch.
remember that. Like I always remember Keegan Murray's favorite song going into the draft was "I'm Not Afraid" by Eminem.
Talk about a. That's why I can't be a GM yet. I ain't
You
mature
would have
enough.
drafted him at 4.
I'd have went in at D Mills. I had him at 3. Drop his ass down in 12. Drop him down to 12. We're going Jay Ivey tonight, baby.
You think that was like he wanted to showcase that he's ready for everything? Like, was that not his real answer, but the political answer
I don't
for
think
the
he
draft
listens to
interview?
that
I don't
shit.
even see how that's a political answer.
But
You
not
could
not
just
even
say-
not political answer, but you know, like these people they get coached for these pre-draft interviews.
Is he just saying I'm not afraid?
I'm not afraid. You can
If
draft
this
me
is-
wherever, baby.
Nah, that's.
I'm not
I think it's a
afraid of
little.
I could definitely see an agent saying some shit like that. like,
I think that's just.
That
stupid.
shit was so bad, we tried to find blame. Every time I see Keegan Murray, he gives off like that's his answer.
Because as an agent, me telling you that.
I'm
I
setting
don't
you
know.
up for fucking
I'm setting
failure.
you up for failure,
You just dropped down the fucking mocks. So fucking
Do
corny.
we know anybody that might be directly attached to Keegan Murray where we can try to see is his favorite song still "I'm Not Afraid" by Eminem? Because that song had been out for like a decade before he said it.
you got Zach Levine?
I'm not now.
Devin Carter.
Ooh, Devin Carter might follow me.
Trying to think who else is on that team. That's all I
That would
no,
be
he
funny if they give Keegan Aux in the locker room, and that's one of the top songs that he always play.
He just sitting there, I'm not afraid.
And they like, bro, turn this shit off.
Yeah,
wait.
Keegan, come on, bro.
Who the fuck is Devin Carter might not have Instagram.
But what if
definitely do.
On blocked or something because he's not popping up.
he did say he don't fuck with you?
I feel like all NBA players gotta have Instagram, unless you Kawhi Leonard.
You type in Devin Carter, it's a football player.
I feel you though. Back to the main topic though, with Utah. I just don't really see what are like permanent staples there. I mean, they do have some young people balling like Keontae George, Isaiah Collier, and like we'll see what else really figures out.
Ball had 10 rebounds last night.
But they also have
Don't forget Cody Williams. I know
it
G-Mills
just feels
love
like a
Cody
pit
Williams. That
stop
was his
now.
sleeper in the draft for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah,
It
it just
was.
feels like the
That's
ultimate.
funny you said that publicly when I said it in private.
I told you that in confidence.
I actually probably said that publicly.
No, you
already.
did. I definitely remember that. But I guess he sucks. I don't know. I haven't
It
watched.
feels like a business or something. Like they're just constantly making transactions as you should.
Shit hilarious, bro.
Oh, he deleted Instagram. Devin Carter did.
Oh, okay.
You got to focus.
Somebody blowing that up.
They don't have any blue chip prospects or something that
Yeah.
I.
But they
I
also
remember.
have a tradable asset, Lauri.
Is it?
But what is that going to?
Is he a tradable asset? Let's be real. Is he a tradable asset?
I think so.
Hell yeah,
Asset.
he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
Bro,
you can't judge him completely off this.
We
season.
are not going to do this, KB, where we're judging a player that
What can
plays
we
on a
say?
team, a weak ass
No,
team
no,
that
I'm-
don't do nothing.
I'm talking
Lauri
about
isn't
the
a
fact that he
tradable
has
asset.
$200 million guaranteed.
Then they gave him $200 million.
He has $200 million guaranteed. If
Over
you
how many years?
4-year contract.
It was $200.
If you are building a team, Lauri Markkanen is my boy. Y'all know that. He's one-time All-Star. I don't know if he ever gets there again.
Yeah.
Are you trading real assets to have a 30% of your cap in the Lauri Markkanen? Are you trading? Not saying that he can't be.
Yeah.
He's not an untradeable contract.
Yeah.
But y'all said asset. Are you getting 3 first-round picks, 2 first-round picks for Lauri Markkanen on that contract?
No.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not that much of an asset as
I think
we're
you
trying
could-
to portray.
You could probably
I
get
thought you
one
just
or
meant the
two.
value of him as a player.
No, I'm
because he ain't been
thinking-
on shit for
again,
about a
just
year
thinking
and a
about
half.
the word asset.
Okay.
I think you
I
could
agree
get
with
one
that.
or two. I don't think you're getting a boatload of picks though.
Okay.
You could probably get one unprotected
Regardless
and then
of
one
what
with
you
some
get, the
protections
Utah
on it.
Jazz just seem like they're so far away from where they want to be. Like they're cool right now because they don't have expectations. They're trying to stock up on their draft. They're willing to take anything in really to just get some more assets. Like they're playing it cool, but honestly, I don't know what their future. Like I can't see like 5 years they're gonna have like a solid team.
Here's my issue.
Like if you can go. Oh no. So if like for instance, let's say the Sixers want to wash their hands with Paul
Oh,
George.
my fucking goodness.
Could they do it? Would they trade for Lauri Markkanen?
It's not an asset trade then.
Yeah.
But then no, they give him. I don't know what the picks are for the Sixers, but they attach 2 first-round picks to that.
So Derek, let's have this conversation. He is not saying that he is untradeable.
Yeah.
He's saying he's not an asset.
Yeah, he's saying you're not getting a boatload of anything.
He's not an asset.
Yeah, but I think you can get something.
So you think he's an asset?
I think as long as you're getting something of value, which
you
is
think
some
he's an
draft
asset?
capital, yeah. Because like as long as you get
The draft capital don't have to be nothing crazy. You just give me
no,
anything.
yeah, you getting something.
Bro,
from
as
it,
a team that don't got nothing, I need the most I can get.
I don't know. I interpreted
I
when you
need the
said they
most
had
I
a
can
tradable
get.
asset as in
Well, they
like
have a
he's
boat-
going to
they-
get us something. He's
Yeah,
going to get us a lot
what
of
the-
something. If you're
what
talking
they're-
about a first-round pick, then objectively he is an asset.
Yeah,
but I was thinking y'all meant more than that.
Oh no, I'm not thinking. No,
I'm not calling that shit an asset because anytime we use that conversation, you're getting back something of return. We're talking about their future. So
Unless
if
you're
you
the
bring
Bulls
up,
trading Caruso.
if you bring up Lauri Markkanen for the Jazz future, that means you think they're getting back something substantially.
Well,
You're not saying they just gonna trade him. No, we talking about the future of the Jazz.
but I'm thinking like also even if you just get 2 first-round picks, those 2 first-round picks are extremely valuable when you're talking about trading him.
How do you know? We don't know.
Oh
what
yeah,
picks they
what do
getting.
we like? First of all, you have to again draft well too if you're gonna
Yeah.
even use those.
You know how many
picks.
fake first-round picks
Yeah,
they
they
traded?
yeah, like
17
from
protections
Philly?
on it and shit,
and that
never
turn into
convert.
2 seconds or
Yeah.
turn into something like that?
Nah, I believe in that shit.
Larry
Your Philly even
Markkanen-
got the picks to do that?
They have 2 tradable first, but I don't know the value of those.
Ain't using that shit for no Lauri Markkanen.
42 this year, 46, 46, 49, 53. That's the Lauri
Oh,
Markkanen contract
shit.
right now. And shout out to Lauri. I'm so happy you got your fucking money. Don't misinterpret it.
They cannot trade 2 picks for that. They already Joel Embiid just got what type of surgery?
Orthoscopic
where they
surgery.
broke his
Orthoscopic.
hip.
No, was it that? Did they have that surgery or did they have the other surgery? Because there was multiple options.
I don't know. It's a lot of
all I
surgeries
know is
out here. I ain't no
microscopic
doctor.
knee surgery is crazy.
Just know it's another surgery.
But that arthroscopic, whatever, that sounds even worse. But he's already, regardless of what surgery it is, he's already got these surgeries done before. You also have Paul George, who shut down. Maxey was hurt. I just don't know if they are in a position to trade anything that they have to that's. Yeah, I don't know. That's because to me, that's not washing their hands. They bringing on another guy that's going to have $53 million.
You probably just hoping that he plays better than him.
And then you give your two. He's only going to play slightly better. Lauri Markkanen ain't. You know what I'm saying?
5-year, $240 million deal for Lauri Markkanen. I undersold it.
Damn.
What Paul George get?
Is it 4-year, 200?
So Paul George essentially could be making less.
Paul George contract is coming up as.
Because I remember it was 4 years.
Because if you watch your
You
hands,
got to get off that.
Because they gave him 1 more year than what the Clippers were offer. Because he
4
wanted
years, 212.
they couldn't give him 1 more year.
Yeah.
They're only he was trying to rob the.
The numbers are 49, 51, 54, player option 56.
But he said, "I'll go rob.
Bro,
I'll go rob
So
Philly."
he make more than Lauri.
He makes more.
Yeah, I don't think that's washing your hands. Because if I'm washing my hands, I'm going to trade Paul George. I'm going to break that contract down for players on a shorter term, and I might try to, you know what I'm saying, get that. That's washing my hands.
I see what you
But
mean.
to get back 53 with a team that, man, I don't know what either of those two niggas. I hate that they even tied together because I don't know what's going on with both of those teams in the future. But yeah, the other thing is too, why it's harder for me to call him an asset is because of who runs the team.
Because he's going to want a lot.
Danny Ainge just Jordan. Don't you think Jordan Clarkson should have been traded?
He should have
Don't
been.
you think
Bro,
Colin
should have
Sexton
been
should have been
traded.
traded? Don't you think John
Been
Collins should have
traded.
been traded? John
Look.
Collins had a couple moments with the Jazz. It was like, oh shit.
Yeah, career year, basically.
remember
Second year,
yeah.
best year of his career.
Walker Kessler. They were trying to pop off. Wanted a ransom for him.
But then he started playing better.
Yeah.
And I thought he was going to be a staple for them at least.
Yeah.
So I don't see.
Well, he had that sophomore slump, and then he's now playing better than what he was. So
But, like, he was never at the level he's finna bolster this team up.
That first year, Walker Kessler made
Yeah,
man,
he
motherfuckers
was
was
really
shading
good that
Rudy
rookie year.
Gobert
Yeah,
next to him.
They said they could have just traded Rudy straight up for Walker Kessler, and they would have been happy. So that's
Damn, I
actually crazy.
forgot he was a part of that trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
A team that I had in this stuck in mediocre thing is the Miami Heat. Traded the Jimmy Butler stuff.
I had them as well.
Get back Wiggins,
Yep.
Davion Mitchell. They went on that 10-game lose streak. They've been looking better since then. They also went on another 5-game. But I look at them long term, like what can they do to get back to being a championship caliber team? As a team that's traded a bunch of draft capital, as a team that has Bam Adebayo on another one of those crazy max contracts. I not saying he's not worthy, but it's just like they already have a lot of money attached to what they have. I just don't know how they get out of it without
and you got the
resetting.
Wiggins. You took on the Wiggins contract as well.
That
So
might
that's a
come
big
in and help
contract.
you if you're able to.
Try to get a star,
Yeah,
like
no,
they always
that's
do.
Yeah, but
That's the one thing I'll give them. Over every other team that I wrote down, the Miami Heat have the history of being able to
trying?
be.
Because they ain't did a lot in a long time, man.
But
They be trying,
the
but-
long time that they did still makes up for now. If you go off what Bill Simmons said about your team winning a championship and you get that little period of time where you got to let them rock, they still on their time.
Really? They won a championship, what, 2015? When was the last
But they
time?
won back to back, so that's 7 plus 7.
No,
They
not
gotta let-
2015, 2012, 2013, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beat the Thunder and then they beat the Spurs.
Yeah.
So they got 14 years of breathing room based on his philosophy. You got to get them.
Because the whole time when you first started, I thought you meant their finals appearances. And I'm like, wait, the
Oh,
championship?
well, shit. If we add them, then they got 28 years of that fan base chilling. Because you got somebody who's a Knicks fan that ain't never won a championship. I mean, damn, they got Dwayne Wade, then they got Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went from Shaq to LeBron and Chris Bosh.
Mm-hmm.
Then they went and got Jimmy Butler. Those teams made the finals. Damn, they can't have a little 3-year reset period.
But even what does a reset look like?
I don't know, but the history says if you let them cook, damn it, they're gonna come up with something that's gonna lead to an opportunity to win.
Because if you take that finals run away, do
Both
you
of
still feel the same way? Oh, yeah, I guess.
No, I don't feel the same way. I don't, because a finals appearance is big.
Yeah.
because right now it feels
I
like
would just say not even you can keep the bubble.
I would
the bubble
love
one.
my Knicks.
Take
so
the last one away
ask me
because
Ask me when the last time my Knicks been to the championship.
Was it 73? Oh no, to made it to the championship, not one.
Hey, bro,
The bubble one, we
we've
can
been
keep.
there sooner than y'all.
I'll say the last finals appearance, you take that away because that was one where it's like we just came out of the play-in and we made it to the finals.
They made it though. We not taking shit away. Just like I would
That-
have
even if
We
we
should
know that shit
add
is-
more for the
that-
players.
yeah. Imagine,
It is-
So you
It
saying
is-
it's fake?
It's a Cinderella
Are you
run,
saying
but
it's
it is
fake?
false hope. It is false hope. It's false hope.
Why is it false hope?
No, it was false hope though.
Oh, that they would keep going back to
Yeah.
the play-in for
That-
sure.
yeah.
But they made it though. That's all that matter. Whether it was false hope, play-in, top seed, you made it. Imagine me doing the reverse. Imagine me saying, "But Mike, let's give the Jazz a finals run. They shouldn't
No,
been that
yeah.
bad if we just give them a finals run."
I see what you're saying. I just think there's sometimes like a lot of times teams want to build off things or off their previous years, and again, some things can happen like that where you do have a run, you do make it to the finals. It don't happen often, but it's just like you have to look at the reality of some of that stuff. It's
I
less
agree.
like Caleb Martin was on fire.
Legitimate.
Like their role players are playing literally like stars.
But
Yeah.
but they've made a history of getting the most out of. They get the bang for their buck.
No,
The only thing
that's
that
one
I'm
thing
saying
Miami
is
definitely
when you
got.
think about these other teams, when we talk about being mediocre for a certain period of time, the Heat just got into mediocre territory. Like it's been the last couple of years. The Jazz, even at they quote unquote best with Rudy and Donovan and them, it still was never anything that it wasn't the success that he had. Who else are we gonna talk about in the scene? The Wizards, the Hornets.
I would've-
Never,
the Hornets.
they haven't sniffed what the fuck that he did.
Yeah, and that's another thing that's like I seen something about like
So maybe
The
it's just
Hawks.
levels of mediocrity.
I seen something
Yeah.
about the Hawks,
They just really bad.
Right. Yeah.
Miami, and I think the Bulls is like you could lock them in for the
What it
play
is,
in every
Kevin
year.
Love?
Yeah.
You could lock those teams in for the play in every year, and it's just like, yeah, those teams are bad, but underneath them are some teams that
Are
again are
really
even
bad.
worse.
Yeah.
Like the Hornets are the
But even then, I don't even look at them as mediocre because they have a goal. Like the Hornets have a goal. They've been shit at achieving it.
That's what makes it mediocre.
that's what, the
But I mean,
Hornets have no.
I think I
I don't
give-
think the Hornets have much.
I
room.
give the Hornets and I give the Wizards leeway because they have new front offices over the last 2
No,
years.
I give the Wizards leeway because with the front office, we see some progression.
the Hornets. I don't
I
feel
think the
any. I
Hornets
don't
have
feel any
made good
better
trades
about it.
recently, though. The Terrence Mann trade, they've acquired
Trey Man.
Trey Man
Man.
trade. They've acquired a bunch of second round picks. And not saying the second round picks are the most valuable thing, but they have these players. The Terry Rozier trade is one of the best trades in recent history, bro. They have a Miami Heat pick for 2027. The Miami fucking suck.
Terry Rozier bogus too. But this is what I mean by that. You take all of that and then it kind of get pulled back because LaMelo can't stay on the floor, which has nothing to do with them, but it's the reality.
And I'm sure they probably shop him around a
Yes,
little bit.
me too. You're going to end up losing him. Brandon Miller is now hurt. Mark Williams, it seems like he's not going to want to be there. You're going to have to shop him around. You're going to get pennies on the dollar because everybody's going to use his medicals against you, so they don't have to give you too much. Last year,
I can't fault
That's
them
actually
for that
crazy.
because that wasn't their draft pick, and they had a good trade. They did a good trade. They got Dalton Connect in the first round pick from the
They
Lakers.
did, but all I'm saying is it didn't work. I'm just talking about the future of the team. They're about to reset.
Yep.
That is mediocre to a T. That's the first thing I think of as mediocre.
I would think the Heat are in a situation where they're in an expensive reset. Like they gonna be stuck at mediocre, but they're gonna be expensive as hell.
When is the next time? And I know it's impossible for you to have the answer, but if you could project and predict
5-6 years from now.
I'm not
after
saying
5 or 6
I'm saying
weeks.
no.
So we're talking about a decade of sitting around, and
Wait,
you
no.
saying it could be longer?
I'm saying it's longer.
Really?
But
I'm
I
saying
just-
it
Hornets?
is.
Maybe I just have
And
a little
maybe-
bit too much trust with new people in charge, and maybe that's my fault. But again, I can't say that this new front office is as bad as their previous one. That's why I'm
No,
giving them,
I don't think we're saying it either. I'm just saying
No, I'm saying that thinking it's going to be 10 years, like, damn, that's not giving them enough grace to figure it out. That's
I'm
all.
gonna give them all the grace in the world. I even like the new coach. Only thing I'm saying is it's kind of like when a president comes through, bro. Well, if you come in as a president after a fucked up president, you might spend your whole shit undoing they doing.
They blame you for all the stuff that they messed up with.
Right. So now when you come in for the Hornets, even if I'm a good GM, they just left me a fucking mess.
Yeah.
It ain't like I got a clean slate I'm working with. I might have to unfuck up some of the fuck ups that they done did for the past decade.
And that gives them less wiggle room.
Yeah.
Because
Way
we're
less.
unfucking up your fuck up. So if, inevitably, I'm going to have my own fuck up because no GM
And
is
it's
perfect.
perfect, yeah.
So
Because I feel like for them to do that in that next 4 to 5 years, they're gonna have to. For one, they're gonna have to.
They would have to have perfect. They would have to.
They would have to
They would
draft
have to
really
draft
well.
perfect,
And then
honestly,
two,
yeah.
like,
And we're going to give him time because he's young. One of the youngest, rawest prospects that was in the class. But this past pick doesn't look the best.
Mm-hmm.
Just on a surface level. We're going to be we patient up here.
They swung for sure.
I like Nick Smith Jr. hooping over there. He
I
been
like
doing
Nick
his
Smith
thing.
Jr. too.
So it's just like they're one of the teams I definitely had on my list. To me, it just seems like we always had this conversation. Again, they do have a new front office, but it's like we always have it like, who's the best player LaMelo played with? Who's the best player Kemba Walker played with? And like this is a long way back that the Hornets does not have for one
Yeah,
good
you talking about
rosters.
2 front offices ago. We talk about Kemba Walker.
But
Yeah.
history repeats itself, KB.
But
You just want to make the argument so
bad
bad.
franchises is a bad franchise.
They sold the team twice.
that's
wanna
actually
put money
crazy
on it?
to say history repeats itself.
You want to make a
with
5-year
multiple
bet right now?
different front
Yeah.
Sure, I'll make a 5-year bet with you. You see what he did? He just want to make it, and you might be right. I'm not even saying that you're wrong, but like,
History repeats itself in this conversation is fucking crazy.
so they just always gonna miss the playoffs.
History legitimately don't repeat itself in the NBA though, because the Warriors was god fucking awful my entire life.
And now they the pillar of
And that
success.
yes, so history don't always repeat
I'm telling you,
itself.
you sell the team. You got new people in charge.
At some point they gotta start.
Something's
got to
happen positively.
Somebody got to do something.
But I'm-
I'm taking the later or the latter.
So you want to make a 5-year bet
Not really, but
No, make the bet, Mike, because I think you're gonna win the bet.
within the next 5 years. What are the stipulations you got?
I will say the Hornets will not be a top 6 seed within the next 5 years.
Dan, that's a good bet for
That's
you.
a really good bet.
That's a really good
That
bet
was
for
my
you.
argument with them. Is even if they get their shit together and they start being the 7th seed, it's like it took y'all.
Matter of fact, deal.
13
It's the
years.
fucking Eastern Conference. They might do it next year. Who knows?
Full of Pistons.
Yeah, they might do it next year. What's the money?
Melo played 82 games.
Right, all of a
He's
sudden,
the
the
man.
healthiest dude in the league.
Brandon Miller.
They got
doing
Cooper
his
Flagg.
thing.
Come on, bro.
We'll put $82 on it for a season.
Okay,
What if
$82.
they get Cooper Flagg?
They get Cooper Flag. Hey, we back, baby.
But then your Bulls don't get Cooper Flag.
They
I know
gonna-
you
they're
ain't
gonna-
asking
they're
that
gonna
for
make
82
they're gonna make the
measly dollars.
postseason.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
not
don't
even
want
thinking
Cooper
about
Flagg in Chicago because he gonna actually like mild sauce.
That's crazy.
He gonna get addicted to the mild sauce.
Him and
be-
Modest would be kind of dope.
You
They
think
would be.
You think Mata's like mild sauce? At least.
Yes, I think mild like mild sauce.
Why would he just
Want me
dislike
to ask
mild
him?
sauce?
Yeah, nobody's. I don't know if a single person has tasted mild sauce. Like, nope.
He's also from Chicago. Like he's from, not necessarily Chicago,
Oh, true.
but he's
He
from
is
the
from
area.
the area. Yeah.
He's from Maine, so there's a chance Cooper Flagg will be like mild.
It might
sauce.
fucking burn his mouth.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Dude, what the fuck is this? He lose all his seasoning salt off the mouth. What the fuck is this shit? This is crap, mom.
I still remember when Rob Dillingham told us that he loved whales, and we was like, "Whoa!"
He named all the spots. Too.
I'll be here. I'll be here. All right.
I hit up whales every time I'm here.
That's my guy. But
The one team for me is the Suns. I just feel like even post Kevin Durant trade that's going to happen this summer, what you're going to get back in return probably is going to keep you
you ain't see
competent
Kevin
in
Durant, Mike?
Western
It
Conference.
ain't over that he leaving.
His ass is
All
gone.
right.
He
Why do they be
gone.
saying
Just be
shit
talking.
Like that?
He gone.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer though, because even if you do pull off a big Kevin Durant trade, and
You're
you
not
keep-
going to be good enough to compete with the Western Conference.
right. You're keeping
just-
your guy Devin Booker around
And Bradley Beal is happy as hell to have his no trade clause.
and score 1 point in an NBA game.
So, like, I just think realistically for the next few years, I think they're kind of just stuck right here, where they're going to be a team that's around 11 to 10, and it's going to be years where they fucking fall to 11. And right now, they can't get to the damn 10 seed, and Dallas lost Luka and Kyrie. That's how bad they've been.
You know who's been good though? Kai Jones has been really fucking good for the Mavericks.
He was that way when he first was with the Clippers.
It was the
too.
Clippers, yeah.
But to your point, in a Kevin Durant hypothetical trade, based on the way they're talking, they're looking for like really like players now.
Yeah.
They're not just looking for draft capital. And I think that's just so hard to put together.
Yeah, I
man.
don't think I'm giving you a great player for Kevin Durant.
Because hypothetically, this offseason goes far left. And we know Kevin Durant is available. But all of a sudden, Giannis is available. If you are one of those teams that would be interested in Kevin Durant, wouldn't you
now
have
more
more interest in
interested in
Giannis,
Giannis, yeah.
and willing to give more for Giannis, right?
Yeah, for
like
sure.
he's 30 years old versus Kevin Durant, who's 36, 37. Already on the big time deal, Giannis is.
The market now shifts.
So there's a world where like Kevin Durant is not even the most valuable asset this offseason.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy to think about. It's fucking Kevin Durant.
But then you also Giannis.
Yeah.
It's not like Giannis is some snub.
Yeah. So I had the Suns on my list as well.
If Giannis won out, you know we going right.
He said he liked Chicago.
He did say that.
He ain't got no fucking Chicago.
He said it.
He said it
I know
multiple
he
times.
said
He's gonna be
He
a
said
damn Nick.
He gonna be able to play the 4 because we're gonna have a stretch 5 and Vooch.
He's gonna go. We got money. We got everything. We got this.
Yeah, if I'm the
lights
Bucks, I definitely want OG Anunoby on my team.
over fucking.
I'd rather take Tari Eason and 7 first-round picks.
Oh, I thought you were finna say Julian Phillips. Y'all talking Bulls. You brought the Rockets.
Did you think about your team? For
I
this
need
KP?
Mikal and OG.
The Bulls? Yeah, of course, yeah, of course.
Go ahead. Let them talk about it then. Fuck you waiting for?
I think there's been, and this is me being the outside guy because I'm not really like a crazy Bulls fan or nothing like that. But like 3 months ago, this would have been a definite like
They were number one on the
100%.
list.
Yeah, we're in this. But
They're
I think,
not number 1, but they're still in it.
Yeah,
But at least I think
the
they're
young guys
actually
hooping has been helpful.
fun to watch though.
Yeah.
So
I think it can be fun and mediocre, which is exactly what the Bulls are right now. When nobody would disagree that they're still mediocre, because if they win 2 playing games, they're going to be going against the Cavs in 7, and they lose in 4.
yeah, but I will say,
And we have the 15th pick, and it's like, what do you do with the 15th pick?
but at least now their mediocre is different to where they're young and fun.
Yeah.
They're no longer just like DeRozan and Zach LaVine,
For sure.
old and fun.
It's definitely more optimistic, but the mediocre thing is still mediocre.
Yeah.
Because, like, you think about, I may have even said this on the show like 2 weeks ago. What is the full upside of their core right now? Josh Giddey maybe becomes an all-star one day, maybe. Same thing with Kobe. I feel like Kobe White will never be an all-star, but he'll always be a dude.
Jamal Murray.
Like Jamal Murray. But even then, he's not even Jamal Murray.
Because he don't play with Jokic, but same old.
Your biggest hope is like Modest Buzelis, 11th overall
That's
pick.
a good hope.
And even then, we talking about a small percentage chance that it actually happens. I fucking hope it does, right? But it's still mediocre.
That would be crazy if another dude from Chicago got drafted to Chicago and ended up becoming like an all-star. I mean, that would be crazy.
It's a dream, baby. It's a dream. You talking about THT?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think Modest. That's a good hope to have.
If there's anybody, and this could be just Bulls bias, if we talk about the 2024 draft class, he's definitely top 3 as far as all-star potential.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the number 1 pick. He
But
was
then they was
projected
talking about
number 1
when they
pick
talking
for
about his
years.
shooting. Yeah, they was talking about his shooting.
For
And then he went to the
years.
G League, and the G League stinks. It's so bad that they decided we just gonna get rid of it. Like, it's so that team went 3-34 in the G League. They were playing people like Ron Holland and Modest enough to get their stats and get their highlight reels, and then shutting them down. Like, that's not how you want to run. And then the NIL thing happened. It's like there's no reason to go to the G no more. So yeah, as far as them being in this conversation, they 100% here. Just less on the list than like 6 months ago.
Yeah, definitely.
What about the Kings? Let's talk about the Kings.
The Sacramento Kings.
Kings stink.
Yeah, and also I just don't think there's a way to pivot out of this. You got DeRozan, LaVine, and Sabonis is going to be on the market. But also, if I'm another team, I don't think I'm giving you a ransom for Sabonis. I think Sabonis is a good player, but I don't think Sabonis gives you enough to where you can say, oh, yeah, we're in a nice 4 reset.
He is a good floor riser,
Yeah,
but he can't raise your ceiling.
no. And I just think that's going to hurt you when you're talking about when they go had this meeting in the offseason. And if y'all meeting don't go the way he wanted, he said he requested a trade, you're going to put him on the market, but you're not getting anything crazy for him. At least if I'm an opposing team, I'm just like, I'm good.
Yeah, we might be interested, but we might have to get, King's ransom.
No, exactly.
I still just don't like.
Where would he even go?
That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a spot. Somebody,
Because what teams need a center? Especially a center that fits his mold.
The Bulls.
Sure, you want food?
I've already accepted he's going to play for the Bulls next season.
That would
Because
be,
these teams always make trades with each other.
well, first of all, that would be completely against what he wants. Sounds like he wants to go somewhere where he's competing, and that would be crazy for them to ship him to Chicago.
Where it's the exact situation.
And then so that means
Chicago's
the Kings would essentially be taking on what the Bulls
Chicago
Bro,
will compete
that's
more with
yeah.
him than he is with the Kings.
They just looked at what the Bulls did and said, "Yeah, we want to.
We want
Bulls
exactly
2.0."
that.
Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola. We want that.
Nah, if they do
That
that,
would
they
be wild. Yeah.
And also, we're gonna give you Patrick Williams too.
You can add Patrick Williams. Finding the Sabonis team is really difficult. That's all.
Because like a lot of teams, especially when you talk about the teams that he would want to play for, they have centers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes, this is the one I saw. Somebody, because there was a tweet that said like Domantas Sabonis is going to meet and try to figure it out. Yada yada yada. The team that I saw was somebody quoting it like, do the Orlando Magic have enough defensive infrastructure to hold Sabonis as their full-time 5-man?
Bro, I don't want to see that shit. When they make a trade, it need to be for somebody that can shoot threes.
Yeah.
What you mean Sabonis is shooting
Sabonis
like?
has been shooting them, but like,
Come on now.
Sabonis doesn't fit what
I think we had a
they have the
point.
I
worst.
want Anthony Simons, Kobe White, in a Magic uniform.
They have the worst offense in the league. There's no way you telling me them getting Sabonis fixes that.
I think it would make it not the worst.
maybe.
It makes it go from
I
30
just
to
know
25.
I want Paolo and Franz.
Sabonis shooting 40% from 3.
On 2
Do you think they
Two
finna
attempts.
guard him though?
No,
They
they're
go.
wide. Yeah, they're wide.
Hey, I'm taking that. I'm taking Sabonis taking that
Do
3
you
versus.
think the Kings want Wendell Carter as well?
Nobody wants Wendell right now.
Look at his face.
Oh no.
So yeah, that's a team that's just kind of just stuck because
Unfortunately,
does the-
because I liked when they was lit too.
It was a good time.
I think Atlanta, they kind of made my list.
I think if you make the play in for a certain amount of years consecutively, you
have
just
to be
kind
on
of
this
just
list.
have to be
Yeah.
on this list for real.
I also think about teams and like I try to
But Atlanta,
see what could they do.
at least Atlanta's developing talent.
they
No,
have
they are.
Reece Chasse
They are.
and Jalen Johnson.
That's why I was saying it's,
Dyson.
it's levels to
Daniels,
this
yeah.
shit because they at a higher level than some of these other teams. Even the Wizards, like I put the Wizards over the Hornets because I can see in the Jazz because I can see something morphing in Washington. Like I think
Chris
that they're
Middleton say
gonna
they're making the playoffs next season.
they're gonna walk away from
Chris
the draft
Middleton.
this year looking eyed because if you get Cooper Flagg, phenomenal. But even if they don't, I think that they can still walk away
Yeah,
with something.
And I just-
Sar,
yeah.
Bilal, George,
and you got the right
Bud.
vets in there. I think you got
I
the
think
right
they got
vets.
some really good
And
vets.
with Marcus Smart and Chris Middleton,
Yes.
I think
Chris
that's the
Middleton's
perfect vet.
advanced stats since he came over to the team are insane. Like he looked like Michael Jordan advanced stats.
That's why we don't pay attention.
Like his on-off numbers are disgusting.
I mean, that's
Just
why,
by being an okay basketball
that's
player.
probably why he says they're making the playoffs next season. He said, "I'm gonna have a full season of playing with this."
His ass not starting next
I'm
year.
gonna have a full season of playing with this. It's crazy.
Oh, y'all crazy.
No, I'm talking about the Wizards.
Oh yeah.
He just played with Giannis, Drew Holiday, Damian Lillard. He go over there and say, "I'm gonna have a full season with this." Say less.
I like that he brought it in though, at least.
Yeah, no, for
bro.
sure.
That's why I'm not meant
I
for a
would buy
life like
into.
that.
I would buy into if I got $40 million.
Oh well, yeah.
I'm buying into whatever the fuck we doing.
Ain't no pressure on me. I just get to
They
relax.
put me on the Chicago Sky with Andrews, and I'm buying in too. For as long as that 40 mil hit that account, what we on, man? Practice, coach. Hey, coach, we got practice tomorrow. I'll be here early.
You need me to set an example for the youngest?
Yeah,
I
I'll
got
be
you.
here early.
I'm here 3 hours early.
Shit, I'll come here earlier if y'all gonna extend me. We can already do extension talks, baby.
Any other teams? It's not a lot of teams
those
when you
were the-
think about it.
I
It's
think we
probably
kind of hit
4
on
to
the main
5.
ones.
I kind
Not
of
to
have
mention-
Portland in there, just because they have so much going on. They finally getting some success. They kind of like the Wizards. You can see some things coming together, but they still have so many answers. They have so many directions. So much can happen in this offseason. You got Klingon, Aiden, Robert Williams. You got Tamani Kamara. You got Denny. You
Don't
got
get Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant, Shaden Sharp, Scoot. So even when they get a pick this year, I don't even who are they getting? Where do they go? And
They didn't draft another guy that can't shoot.
so yeah, I just don't know.
And
I have
also-
liked the way that they play it though. You got to respect the way that they play in the second half, but it's still kind of Anthony Simons. That's who I forgot. Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simons, and Scoot. Then from the wings, you got Grant, Kamara, Denny. Then in the centers, you got the
They got
three
so
centers.
many
They just,
projected role players.
all over, just scattered. Matisse Thybulle was back. Oh,
Yeah,
it's
Matisse
just-
Thybulle is back. Watched him hit a 3 yesterday, and I was like, good for you, Matisse.
The Bucks are kind of getting into that territory a little bit too.
Ooh.
I know they got Giannis, but like they've been kind of consistently being first round exits, and it looks like they're going into another season where they're going to be another first round exit.
True.
So
I'm not
like,
mad at that.
and I think when you talk about mediocrity, their aspirations isn't first
Yup.
making the playoffs. Like some of these teams would love to just make the playoffs, and for them that's a good season. But the Bucks' aspirations when you have Giannis on your team is championship, NBA Finals type of aspirations. You're not even getting close to that. So for them, you're kind of just being stuck at, for their standards, mediocrity.
Say that one more time for me.
Mediocrity. Did I say it wrong?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Mediocrity?
Yeah.
I understand what you said.
Yeah.
As long as I understand, then you good.
One more time.
Mediocrity.
In Massachusetts?
Nah.
It's mediocrity.
All mediocrity. My bad.
For the Bucks, it's more so like.
And also, they can't really improve their roster.
Yeah,
front office
that's
doesn't-
the real thing.
Yeah, the
I think
front
it's been
office
the
hasn't shown they can really
stuff.
improve the roster around Giannis and Dame. Also, those two just make a shitload of money, so they eat up so much of your cap, and it's just kind of hard for you to even like tighten up the edges.
Also, they kind of got rid of their draft capital too. Like
Yeah, they
over
have
the
no
course
draft
of
capital.
making these trades, this is kind of like the last run, and it sucks because you just got Damian Lillard like a year ago, but this is literally like one of the last chapters of this core.
Yeah, it's crazy when you look at their draft picks, and it's just like it's bare. It's
What
like
you wanted to
nothing
happen as a guy who had throughout the Giannis being unhappy a few episodes ago, which knowing you that shit gonna be right and it's gonna break my heart. What you want to happen with Dame?
I think you kind of had to see what is his value on the market, obviously, as well.
Going to Miami. That's where you wanted to go in the first place.
No. I don't want you to predict what the Bucks.
Oh,
are
you
doing.
would-
As a fan, what would you want to see the next?
I would love to see him somewhere where he's winning. I don't think if you trade Giannis, he's going to be in a winning situation again.
Do you think if you trade him, there's any team that puts him in the winning situation? When you think about the landscape of the NBA in the point guard position?
I think
bogey.
Miami.
God damn, he playing like us. What the hell?
Miami makes sense.
But you think Dame goes to Miami, you're like that team could win a championship?
No, but I think they'll be a legit playoff team.
He's on a legit playoff team right now.
True.
He's been doing
But
it
I
his
think
whole
if
fucking
Giannis
career.
if Giannis is gone,
Could have stayed in fucking Portland.
Yeah, if
Yeah, he'd
Giannis
have been
leaves,
fine.
I think it kind of hurts that. Because I think if you go to Miami, at least you know you're playing with Bam and Tyler Hero.
You know where you go?
Orlando.
Magic.
That's also be a great, amazing place.
They can hide him defensively and be okay. He can be shot creator and do Dame stuff.
Then you know they won't be 30th offensively. Dame has shown
definitely
you that when he's on the team, he at least going to be top 10 or top 15 offensively.
I don't know. Paolo gonna still want to take his ridiculous shots every game.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah. Because when it's
Because
falling,
once you get
Paolo
traded,
getting you
that's,
30.
that's not. It's still Paulo team though.
I don't know.
That's not Dame team.
Not at all.
Dame got that aura that
No.
he made even Giannis say, this is Dame's team. Before Dame suited up.
Palo ain't
While Giannis was dropping 40, 20 rebounds, 15 assists, saying this Dame
just
team.
be talking.
Oh, man.
The White Sox now lead the Tigers 1-0, baby. Andrew Vaughn, RBI. Luis Roberts scores.
You see he's 5'10",
Who?
Andrew Vaughn.
He is?
Ain't that
Shortest
tall for
being
baseball?
5'10", that's my
Shortest
height.
first baseman in the league right now. Shortest
He's
starting
stocky.
first base. Yeah, he's a small ass dude. That all the mediocre teams?
Yeah.
Think so.
Mm-hmm.
So when I was on that plane, on the way back, when we sitting on, I'm group 2, right? I'm bored and
Love being group 2.
my seat is 3C. So
Oh, perfect.
I-
Get on early, a seat right there. Your band should be open.
why? I get in my seat or go to my seat and it's a lady in there. I'm like, oh, I'm 3C.
Oh, my fucking goodness.
She said, oh yeah, I was just hoping that we could
Oh.
switch seats so I could sit with my son.
Oh, my fucking goodness.
What do
Why
you
you
think-
ain't book your seat with your son then? Why this my issue?
What do y'all think I did?
Nope.
No, knowing me, you think I said no?
You said yeah.
I said no. I paid for this seat, and she did like a, and I was like,
My boy.
Hey, bro, I told
Knowing
you.
you, I thought you was gonna
Nor-
fold under pressure and be
normally
like,
I would be like, yeah, but the seat that she had was first row.
it wasn't first
aisle.
class.
It was first class,
Oh.
but it was first class is like when you don't have a seat in front of you, you got no leg room to put your stuff on. You
Yes,
got to put it on
that's-
and then it didn't even have a fucking TV. So she tried to she really tried to play me.
hell
No,
no.
I'm glad you. I seen that when I was on the plane the last time. Cause
Wait. The only thing I'm saying, it made it awkward because we sat on that plane. I sat on the plane next to
Next
her
to her
son for
son.
5 hours.
Oh, yeah.
It's like-
How old was her son?
he had a University of Chicago shirt on.
on.
Yeah,
Bro, that's crazy.
Fuck out of here.
When I was last time I was on the airplane,
Hell out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. When me and Dana went to San Diego, you know what I did?
Uh-huh.
I bought the fucking seats next to each other.
Yeah,
I mean, I just make.
That's
The
what you
most
just have to
sense.
do.
It make the most
and I
sense.
think on the way back, I wasn't able to. And she sat in her seat, but I think it was open, so we could. But it's like, it's okay. You know what I mean? Like,
we should all get there successfully. It's a 2-hour flight. I
Yeah.
promise you, y'all
That
gonna be
same
good.
look that
Buy the
that-
Wi-Fi. Text
I
each other.
only changed that stance if it was If it
Like a
was
kid.
Avery at 7 years
on everything,
old.
if it was a kid, I'm like, sure.
Exactly.
But
But
that
that
grown-ass
grown
man
ass
next to
man,
me.
come on, man.
Bro, the lady on my plane got mad because
This is also first class. I think it's different when you have because then it's just 3 rows.
Yeah.
Man, I could sit right here. You got, but first
First
class.
class, yeah, these seats are expensive.
Exactly.
Definitely was.
No TV versus the TV. Man, come on, man.
We ain't going nowhere.
You damn near she damn near finessed. She damn near knew she paid because that first one can't cost as much as the one with
Maybe
the TV.
not, yeah.
She damn near finessed. My fault, Mike.
no, the
Shit
lady
got me hot.
The lady got
Man,
mad.
that shit blew out.
It was me, and then there's 2 seats open. There was a couple sitting next to me in the other 2 seats or whatever. And then
Where you going?
Well, this is the one. I think he was going home.
From
San Fran,
All-Star?
I think. But yeah, so there was a couple sitting next to me, and another lady, no, it was a grown man walked past, and he was like, "You'll sit in my seat. Can I have my seat or whatever?" The girl was like, "Yeah, I was just hoping that you could give your seat to my boyfriend so he could sit next to me the whole plane ride." Dude was like, "No, I'd rather just not do that." And Shorty had real life caught an attitude. No, I kid you not. During that plane ride, she would get up and go talk to her boyfriend. It's just like, bro, you doing too
Just
much
get the
for this
Wi-Fi.
little ass ride.
Wi-Fi is $5, dog.
Little ass ride, and you complaining, man.
That is a long ass ride, but I feel.
Oh,
your
from San
sentiment.
Fran is a long ride.
The
But it's
dude,
just
the
like
dude
you
at
get
the,
home safe, then you gonna be able to talk to your boyfriend.
this dude at the wrestling event had blew me yesterday too because they were already at their seats. I come to my seat, and
Yeah, did you have a CM Punk something on?
no, I had the ECW hoodie on.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But
keep going.
so they were sitting in like they had 9 and 10. I had 11. But I get to my seat. They already in my seat and whatever. And he was like, "Your seat right here." And he pointed to one that's in front of him. And I think as the event went on, I think he realized that I was too tall for them, and that I was really in one of their seats. So now he looking at his phone and shit. And he like, "Hey, bro, I actually think you in the wrong seat." And I'm sitting here. I'm eating my nachos. I'm comfortable.
You don't mess with me when I got my
And I'm
nachos.
just
What
like,
did you say?
I'm like, I thought y'all was just agreeing. He was like, "Oh yeah, but I thought you was with them, so I was gonna let you sit there." And then he realized I wasn't with them, so I guess now he realized I can't really see over dude big ass. So now I think he wanted to switch seats. So I switched, but I'm just like, whole time, you didn't care at first,
Yeah.
but now you care because now you realize it's a little harder for you to see.
What was it I tried to watch it. I got fucking bored very quick. When CM Punk had the camera on his
Oh,
shoulder.
yeah.
I'm like, I don't really give a damn about CM Punk. Was the overall card good? Or?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I saw that some new dude premiered.
Oh, Phoenix, yeah. He was nice. He was exciting.
I guess he was one of the top prospects.
Yeah, he
and I
was.
Googled him. He's 35 years old. Talking about
Oh,
some top
man.
prospects.
35.
Yeah.
Hey, wrestling
How
be
about
like that.
You
Prigioni?
do?
Yeah, no,
right.
you might pop off in your 30s. That might be your time where you really pop off.
That's kind of crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad none of us are like that, by the way.
What?
Like that entitlement thing. That's kind of fake embarrassing. I would be so embarrassed if we traveled and had stories like that, knowing I'm with y'all, and it's like Darrick, like, yeah, let me sit next to my homie. Even though I paid for the seat 9 rows behind, let me switch seats. We don't do shit like that.
Yeah.
Nobody's expecting it. When we buy our seats for the Bulls games, we sit in 10 and 11. Motherfucker ain't sitting in 5 and 3
Yeah.
and waiting for people to get there to be like, oh, is it a big deal? No, just sit in the fucking seat.
Yeah.
It just ain't that fucking hard
I would
to
never
do.
I would never do that.
I don't know why people do that so much. We're talking about some shit that like your seat is 5, row 2, 5, and I'm in 9. Just sit in 5, so we don't even have to have this conversation.
Yeah.
That should just be like, like it's an entitlement and laziness, and just like I'm just so glad none of us are like that, bro. I'm so glad we ain't like that, and I'm so glad we ain't on that cheap shit. I got people in my family or people that I know who I've been out to eat with, and it's always trying to find some shit like, oh man, I ain't really like, man, fuck, don't do that shit with me, bro. Don't do that shit with me, bro.
There's
If they
somebody
fuck
in
your
our
food
family
up, that's different.
I will not go to dinner with.
But that
For
all
that
of that,
reason,
yeah, I just we waited 7 minutes. Can we get a? I ain't gonna do all that shit, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't for all that.
They not tipping or nothing.
That shit
You
be
know,
embarrassing.
my entitlement ick is when people say, I shop here all the time. I spend this
Oh,
much money.
that-
And I like, bro, who cares?
I
Yeah,
experienced that a
Walmart
lot.
gonna really miss you, buddy, if you don't come back here.
Working at Portillo's, you saw that a lot, bro. You saw that.
You know how much money I spent here?
It's on the top of my mind because yesterday I took Penny to my mom's. We chilled there, and I was just on Instagram. And y'all might have seen it, but I came across this page of a gas station who records the gas station. And what they do with the recordings is they show people stealing. They people steal and they catch them, and the dude do like a funny voiceover, like basically speaking the thoughts of the person stealing. Mm-hmm. And it was so mind-blowing to me the amount of people who got caught and had entitlement while getting caught.
Like they felt like they was.
Dude to say this, he'll steal, and the dude will go out there. Sometimes they're able to catch it. A couple times they got away. Mm-hmm. Dude will go out there and be like, hey, he'll let them buy it, steal, and walk out. Then he'll chase them with his phone as they go to their car. One old dude was going in the store eating shit and putting it back, and then just buy his beer. Mm-hmm. He came back, he did the same thing, eating shit. He opened these Ruffles, ate them, and decided to buy some, but he bought ones that he didn't open. So the dude went to the car like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, what? Pardon me? What? He like, bro, stop playing fucking stupid. And he's like, oh, you're talking about the chips? He like, yeah, I'm talking about chips. Why would you do some shit like that? He said, because I'm stupid. He like, yeah, you are. Sit in your car and wait for the police. I'm about to call them. He's like, dude, really over some chips? Yeah, over the same chips that you was just stealing.
Yeah.
He would do that. One dude got caught putting a bottle of water in his pants.
Yeah.
And then he called him and he was like, man, put that shit back. We ain't serving you. We ain't serving. You can't buy shit here. And he steady going back and forth with them to the point where the people he was with had to pull him out like, man, let's just go. I'm like, what are you arguing for?
Was he saying like, what I do?
Yes, I want stealing.
Hey, that's the worst.
I want trying to steal
that's
shit.
the worst back and forth and
Mike,
excuse people
he
ever
pulled
say
out
is,
money
I
and
ain't
said,
do
fuck,
nothing. What I do?
He put the water in his garage.
What I do when I know I did something is the craziest shit ever.
They got the shit on fucking camera, and this man is arguing to the point where they saying, bro, leave or we gonna call the police. He's still there arguing. His people got to come and grab him and say, bro, let's fucking go, because we all know we just came in here to steal. You going to sit there and argue like we weren't just stealing.
Let you off.
They let you off.
Yeah.
And it was like, I was so mind-blown watching those videos, bro.
The body cam footage of that local lady that got caught with that kid just got released. And that's one thing she kept asking. What did I do? What did I do? Why am I in trouble?
Can my boyfriend be here?
Yeah, no, damn well. She was talking to an underage kid.
Yeah, that was crazy.
The minute they pulled up, she knew exactly what it was about.
Heart dropped when the sirens went on behind her. And her husband. And I'm watching this, I'm like, I'm sure that he did not know anything.
Yeah.
But like, you imagine your wife get caught for cheating on you with the fucking 15-year-old, bro?
That shit crazy.
That is crazy, because now you have to, he woke up that morning, his relationship was great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they had just got home.
And by 2 o'clock,
ran some errands.
He about to get a divorce. He's got to rethink about his whole relationship. He was married to a fucking a pedophile. And it's like
embarrassment.
The embarrassment of it all. Yeah. It's crazy.
Then he probably, now he got to sit back and think too, like,
was I doing something wrong?
Am I doing something wrong? Mm-hmm. Psychologically, is she forced? We know she's fucked up. But is that all of it? Or like, oh man, how many? Yeah. This is just what you got caught with. Right, how long? How many? How bad is this?
There's been a lot of female teachers that's been caught.
Yeah, I saw another one yesterday too. Yeah.
And I'm just like,
that one is crazy because we right here. Yeah, that's a rival school of ours.
What's so crazy is that you read the comments and so many men are like, they just living my dream.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Those comments are literally disgusting, bro.
That's the reason I don't even check the comments, because that's what the top comments gonna say. What's up with these new age kids or whatever? Like,
my lips would have been sealed tight.
What they was at?
Man, is it really a crime?
I told the story on stream.
Insane to me, bro.
The last job I worked before we started podcasting, I got close with a dude that I worked with. That happened to him. And I thought he was lying, but he told me he was messing with a teacher. And I'm like, man, because he was a funny, goofy dude. He pulled up the articles and shit, because he went to a local school too. Not none that's in our area, but he went to like West or something, like Proviso West or whatever. And he pulled up the documents and showed me all, like her mug shot, told me everything that was going on. And he was telling me how like it happened, obviously as a kid, younger, but like she got caught because she was on his line. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but he was like on some like she wouldn't stop type shit. So it got real bad, and that's when it's like it become it's just so weird. It's all bad. It's all bad. But it's like it has to be a psychological thing. She could have walked into the Walgreens and been like, because men so thirsty.
Yeah.
She could have.
She could have got anybody over the age of 18.
Yeah.
Literally.
Men would have went. They would have went. We got men lining up to get with the one
my
girl
God,
that's doing the
For
stuff.
$1,000 men in one day is insane.
And you got men are still so thirsty that they going to that shit.
Yeah.
So that
with
woman,
mask on,
With
though, 'cause they
masks,
don't want you
some
to
of them,
know.
yeah, a lot of them wear masks.
I
No,
saw-
it was one dude. He had his full face in the
Yes,
camera, bro. He was
bro.
not fucking
Yes,
playing.
bro. I saw that shit. That's what I was gonna say. The mask, man, at least they got some type. They wrong. They still
They
wrong. They
dirty
got
as
some
hell.
type of integrity. That one dude had no mask on. He's a little older and shit. He walked in that motherfucker thirsty.
No shame in his game.
Motherfucker
at
holding up
all.
the number 39. So 38 people win. You got holding up the 39 people
You have
taking
to
a
be the
picture.
39th
Get
one.
the hell out of here,
like
man.
he Wilt Chamberlain.
Right. What are we doing, man? What are we doing?
Oh man.
Emails on some real shit.
I
What are
fucking
we
love
doing?
the internet.
I
though.
don't know, man.
On some real shit. Can you answer me? What are we doing?
What's the crazy shit you've seen on the internet in recent?
Probably that shit.
The craziest shit I've seen.
You
in
know, the
internet.
craziest shit I don't even be wanting to see.
Because
You
the craziest
scroll and
shit
you
I've
seeing
seen
people get popped, and I just
That is the
craziest shit
craziest
that I
shit.
my
Yeah.
screen time is so low now.
is Jaylen Brown getting a haircut, then it was D Mills getting a haircut, and they said which one got a sharper cut.
That wasn't the craziest shit. That was maybe the funniest.
Hell no.
Bro, I gotta use the bathroom so bad.
The craziest shit do be people. Yeah, go.
Do you need
fucking
permission?
pee.
I didn't want to miss the conversation.
Right.
You asked such a great question too.
He should have said, "Can I go to the bathroom?" Like, can you?
You always walk so slow too. If you do a little pep, you'll be back for the conversation.
You better go hit that piece.
He definitely was doing a little slow strut.
I'm glad you said that. I hate that about the internet, bro. You could see somebody get shot. It's fucking nuts.
Yeah. You saw it, some rapper just got shot in the streets on a highway.
That was Mo 3. That was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Oh, they just released the footage of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, that's so scary. Like, I couldn't imagine being in
Somebody
traffic
chasing
and
you on
then somebody get out their car and then they chase you down on a highway.
That means there's nothing. That's kind of nothing you could have done. If they willing to get out the car on the highway,
And
face
chase you.
oncoming traffic, chase you to kill you, there wasn't no getting away. They was gonna get you. They was gonna get you.
Dang, I ain't
And
even
that's-
hear about that. Sounds crazy.
And that's just, I couldn't even fathom that fear.
Because you know people try to do shit at night.
Yeah.
Slick. Nah, they
That was
said
broad
broad
day,
day
like-
highway against oncoming traffic. We don't give a damn.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy, bro. I can't believe people live like that. I couldn't live my life like that. Nothing that anybody talking about is that deep to me. And I understand the reality of living low income, poverty, product in your environment, trying to find a way out, street shit. I'm just not cut out for that shit. I like to be able to go home, be on the game, and know I'm chilling. Ain't nobody climbing
No
through the
worries or
window,
anything,
shooting, looking for my car, anything like that. Hell no.
Are y'all ready for the Masters?
Kinda, sorta. Christian was asking me about it.
That is,
It's always something hard for
That
me to
is
watch.
crazy.
It
It's
is.
like,
But the Masters app is like the best thing you can do.
I
They
actually
got
like how
everything.
golf is though. Like they goes from shot to shot, and I think
yeah, it's so perfect, right?
it's
Yeah, you ain't gotta wait
perfect,
for
yeah.
shit. Yeah, you. In my mind, before I got into golf, I used to think that you have to watch them walk to the ball.
No.
Yeah, they cut perfect.
There's just so
bro.
many people playing that they always
Yeah.
got something
Yes.
going on.
What you think they call they that little room must be
Control
crazy?
room?
Yeah, the control room must be crazy.
I saw the control room this weekend.
For this,
Not for this specifically, but for something like this. Like when I did that tour, I saw like 3 control rooms, and like we talking 50 to 60
Yeah.
monitors. It's like, damn, dude, that's
I only
crazy.
seen one that when I was doing that work with Stadium, they took me back there, but it wasn't like this,
Right.
Because this is what? How many people are golfing right now?
Right now, since it's round 3, it's got to be what 65, 70 people
So
golfing
that's
still.
that's 65 people, 2 cameras each. Shit.
Yeah, it's a lot. But I'm so ready. I'm so ready for the match.
Where's the
that's why I'm
Masters
gonna, Augusta. That's why the only time I'm bring out my goggles, because they got a Masters app on there
Oh, really?
where you can see the full course 360. So like you can do the full course
Yeah.
360, and then you can watch the shots like this too.
Wow.
So
That's
and then they
impressive.
got the tracking where it's like he hit the ball, and you
wow.
can see it. Man, it's fucking insane.
I love it when they like in Florida, and sometimes you see like gators on the course.
Yeah.
That should be crazy.
That shit is nuts.
Like 'cause
Augusta is what, in Georgia?
Yep.
Yeah. Like I couldn't imagine my ball landing by a gator.
We almost at that time, man. I feel like we be on a break.
Next
on the
weekend,
brinks.
it's like we get like a 72-degree day next Sunday.
Next
I think.
Sunday?
Yeah, we'll have that, and they'll be like, "Oh, it's coming," and then
But
we'll
then
have a
it's-
week like this where
Yeah.
it's raining and chilly.
On
and-
the way back, I saw some really fucking dope golf courses in Pennsylvania, bro.
Really?
Like not mountains necessarily, but like in the hillside where it's like
Okay.
you can tell the cart path is like on the hill. It's some beautiful shit. One of them I think was in maybe Ohio called Boulder Creek that I drove past. It looked beautiful, but I was just like I was just trying to find shit to do.
Yeah. My neighbor, I saw him going golfing once, and he was like, me and my buddies going to play the PGA Tour in Iowa. And I was like, wow. He said it's only like a 4-hour drive.
It's not that bad.
PGA, not tour, but like a course.
Yeah.
And
You know, live golf comes here in Bolingbrook every year now.
Yeah, Boulder
yeah,
good
you
spot.
did say
I
that.
might go this year. They used to have one.
Isn't it an 18-hole course too? Mm-hmm. We haven't done 18.
The PGA Tour used to have a spot here in Illinois, but they got rid of it. The BMW Championship is no longer in Illinois.
Is that the one that was in Lamont?
I forget where exactly.
Because there was
One
one
was in Lamont,
There was
yeah.
one in Lamont. 'Cause
Oh,
I remember
Cog Hill?
Roscoe used to go every year.
I think it's Cog Hill, right?
Probably.
Is it?
I don't know.
That one in Lamont all the way down. You gotta go all the way down.
I don't know where it is. I never went with them. I know just every year Roscoe
Tiger used to go there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, Cog Hill PGA, Illinois. Yeah, man. But I'm so excited for this season.
Did you find your driver?
I still gotta give me some new
last
golf
2 days I
cleats.
went, Darrick. I did.
You found it?
Now it's different because it's a simulator versus real life.
Yeah, but it's the I feel like golf. When I'm playing, when it's going good, it feels like it's going good.
Mm-hmm.
But like when it's bad, it feels like it's like a lot of mental stuff. Like you kind of overthinking it.
I just try my hardest not to do that last part. Like I think about the shot, like the shot I want to hit, but if I don't hit that shot, I'm like, fuck.
Sometimes it's all about just making good contact. That's kind of how I think of it sometimes when I'm thinking like that, just like let's just make good contact. I feel like it goes a lot better.
You know how many holes I've parred while not feeling good about any shot that I hit except for one?
But you're just trying to make good contact?
Just get it close to the
Yes.
hole. And then once you get to that area, then anything can happen.
Yeah.
I need to get back into the putting though. Putting is still really bad right now.
Putting is hard.
So get there.
Reading the greens is definitely a tough
I
part.
wish Mike was here. He said he go to the bathroom real bad. I thought he had to pee. I ain't thinking. Oh, there he is. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. That's how you enter a WWE match? Just walking casually?
They can't see the entrance.
I was going to ask y'all about, is this Schedule 1 or is it Schedule I?
I always wanted to bring this shit
It's
up too.
Schedule 1.
I thought it was Schedule 1.
So y'all been playing that. Y'all got a little world together?
Yeah, we do.
Well, Mike lagging. He ain't been trying to play the last 2 days.
Well, I was up to like 5 on Thursday or Friday.
I know you was playing
the
that
morning.
scary game.
I played that shit by myself yesterday. I'm jugging on my own little thing.
I wanna
You
hop in
go.
y'all world. I played the prologue in like 20 minutes after the prologue. So I think I got the gist of what's supposed to go on.
I haven't played it yet, but I have it downloaded
This
and
could be
everything.
our foe, man. How often have we all played the game at
But
the
this-
same
this
time?
what I want-
It's usually 3 or 4 or something.
That's what I want to say.
Mhm.
I ain't really talking to you.
Where's this from?
I ain't really.
I
That's
brought
my.
that in.
Ain't really talking to you.
Okay.
Slightly ain't talking to Mike. Mike just play other games and shit, and he be streaming and everything. Hey, bro, don't come over on this shit if you ain't about it. This game, KB, this game is addicting. I don't want to play shit else. I saw them in the Discord talking to K, man, fuck that. I was waiting on Mike because you
Trying to move that product.
for whatever reason I can only play the one with me and Mike if he's there.
Right.
Like,
It's
if
his server, I
if he's
think.
in my world and I save, like it'll save mine. It'll save it to his, I guess, too. I don't even think it does save it to his. I think it
No,
only
it's
legit
just
saves
yours.
it to mine.
I can only join if he's on. So
Right.
yesterday I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just build up my own shit.
But I wonder if so like when I was ranking up, we both were just ranking up simultaneously. So if you join my world, I wonder if you just unlock everything. Like, will you just
That
boost
you already
up?
have?
Yeah.
No, I had to unlock it on my own.
You
Like I
did?
just unlocked Viagra and stuff.
Who?
Oh, okay.
Viagra.
You
Oh,
did
you
it.
sell? Oh shit.
Bro, you missed it. You missed it. And this is
I only
probably
got
like-
OG
I
Kush right
missed
now.
it?
No, I'm talking about
Oh.
KB because I think he was either
He was gone.
he was stuck on that plane for the 5 hours, or he's probably driving during when we was doing it.
When you first started, I had just got to that hotel that had fucking 4 bunk beds in it.
Yeah, but we got to a point, so we got like, you had to go and buy a mixing set. And the mixing set is you could have 2 ingredients in there, which is like you have a weed strain in there, you could have a pill in there or whatever, and you mix it up. we were just making shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm
And
talking
trying
about.
to see what type of
P was
product you
mixing
get.
shit, then putting it back in the mixer.
And mixing it with more
But it was
shit.
so funny.
So I made some weed that had Viagra and like NyQuil in it.
Yeah.
what the fuck.
No, because the first one he was like, "Yeah, I took some of this. I took some of this
Green crack?
Yeah, green crack."
I said green crack. I was like, what the
He
hell
said, "I
y'all
took some of
doing?"
this green crack and I mixed it with some Viagra." He's like, "Bro, you got to be a freaky dude to be ordering that shit because, like,
Mike tell me, don't smoke this with your homie. I'm like, right, y'all gonna get intimate.
the NPCs be hitting your phone like, man, I need that X whatever it is." Yeah.
That's why it's funny to say, but we was dead ass serious when we said we need y'all. We need more legs on the ground. Mike is over there. So what happens is, and I'm doing it by myself, and I just hired a guy. But like, so the clientele gets so much that you need to serve them. The city expands, and so you got a guy over here, over
gotta
here, over here,
drive
over
it,
here.
yeah.
You got a time frame you got to give it to them. If
Right.
you don't, they're gonna say never mind. Then also you have a curfew, so you can't do it all night.
Right.
Then Mike is growing it, packaging it, sometimes serving it.
It's so
But
funny.
then we run out, so then we gotta buy the
But
shit.
you know, yeah.
Then you gotta pay the dude. That's the part you've
So
been
it's just
doing that
everybody get
I'm
their
doing
roles?
now.
You were just paying dude. It should be
Paying
so
dude is
tedious.
such an inconvenience.
But you know it'd be so funny, and I started doing. I would short people, so they'd be like, "Yeah, I need 8 grams of the OG. I'll give them 7, and they'll still give me the full amount for the 8, because it'll give you
Damn,
like."
you bad plugging.
And then
When they was talking about that, I'm like, damn.
I did the opposite. I started to give them what they wanted, but I upcharged them. So it say this should go for 38, I was charging 45.
Okay.
Get a little bit more money.
See, I got a lot.
But you know what's crazy? I was shorting people like a whole gram or whatever, and they'll be cool. They pay it up front, but it's like, dude want OG, but you give him the green crack. He
He's
just
pissed.
can't do it.
He pissed.
He just
You
walking
gotta give
away.
him a little
He
bit of
can't
both.
do
You
it.
gotta give him a little bit of both.
Yeah.
So what happens if you get caught outside?
They take your. I haven't got caught yet.
You
I
get
don't know
I
how-
caught?
punched the police officer yesterday to see what happened, and they just chase you.
The dude you hire, what is his name, Benny or something?
It's like Grant.
I
or
was trying to
some shit
give
like
him
that.
the weed and I punched him. He pulled out a knife and killed me. And
Oh.
it made me start over from where I last saved.
Damn.
So what happened was, my dumb ass didn't realize the map is cut off. And when it's cut off, the police guard it, so you can't go over there. I went up to it trying to walk around the police. They said, hey, hold up. They automatically arrested me. I had 53 bags of weed on me.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, bro, why you had 53 bags?
Because I was just,
out the
I get
movement,
my
boy.
shit off.
But you know, we definitely gotta get
Hell
in,
no.
because it's like
53 is crazy.
It be so many times where it's like we trying to do all our shit, and they
And we
get
forget
to
something.
we forget something, or it'd be like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, and after that, like 9 o'clock, I think starts the curfew. The store closes at like 8, so we trying to like get ready for the next day, and be like, damn, we should have went to the store and got all. We need some bags. We need some bags.
This shit is so crazy that I was telling Mike, like, all right, bro, before we lay down, let's schedule our day. We're gonna wake up. We're gonna bust.
They need to.
Y'all,
I can't wait to play this with
They
y'all.
need to change
man.
that, by the way, bro. Because the whole stream, when I'm playing this game, I have to word it so carefully because
let's
like,
go to bed.
yeah, because there's only one bed. It's like for both players to advance, you have to go to sleep at the same time. So me and P like, all right, P, let's go to bed so we can go to the next. It
Yeah,
just
they
sound
so
weird getting
immature.
into
Y'all
the
going to
bed.
bed, but we gotta go to the next day.
And
Like,
when
I'm
hearing them
ready to go
play
to
it,
bed,
KB,
P.
I'm in the Discord, P, like, I gotta go to the barbershop real quick. I'm gonna be back.
He said that. I ain't spending none of the money
And
on
I'm
nothing.
thinking that one of them are about to leave, but they were going to the barbershop in the game.
We just bought
Bro,
a new
it's funny.
fucking crib though. That crib decent.
Yeah, it's funny how open world it is. Like you could legit go around town
Knocking on people's doors.
You'll see places for sale that you could buy. You'll see like
That's the next thing we
it
wanna
feels like
do.
GTA.
We gotta make real
And
decisions.
this is an indie game too.
we
just
gotta make
couple
real
people.
decisions. We
Are the
trying to
graphics
figure out.
are the graphics
They good enough. They good
I
enough.
want to ask you
It
too
work.
because I feel like you. I
It
don't know
ain't
how much.
super wild though. It's,
Are y'all messing with the soundtrack?
yes, bro.
I
When the
muted
car
it. I
ride
always
and
mute the
that beat
sounds.
bumping, that shit be
So turn it back
decent.
on.
I was
Turn it
listen-
back on because I be muting
I was listening to
everything.
the
No, turn that
soundtrack
shit
for a
on.
minute, but then people was like, we'd just rather have the music on. But the soundtrack was low key clean.
Okay, that shit
like it's
decent.
got like a little Western instrumental to
It's
it.
funny too, KB, because like you can see people's addiction rising. They'll tell you when you serve in their addiction level, and you can see like Jessie, this girl Jessie got face tats and shit. Her addiction is so crazy when you serve her, she is shaking like crazy.
But, nah,
kinda
it's so
fucked up,
funny too, cause like you for real, we be talking about the NPCs like they real people. Like It's this dude. What's his name?
Sam. He only wants small increments.
Yeah.
Can I get 2 OG Kush?
Sam hit us up every day talking about can he get 2 G's?
Making pizza and just going and smoking to relieve
Yeah,
his
bro, because he
stress.
work at the pizza shop. And so you go into the pizza shop, he be high as hell behind
That's
the
Kyle.
counter.
That's Kyle.
Oh, that's Kyle.
That's Kyle.
Nah, but for real though, it's actually insane. You
Like
just
I was
said-
playing by myself and it gets super overwhelming. We really was a good team, bro, because you took care of a lot of shit that I didn't realize. So you got to grow it, cut it, bag it. You got to keep the shit stocked. You got to make sure you got the baggies. You got to pay the dude, get the drop off from him. You know what's the most annoying and tedious thing that you really need an extra hands to do?
What?
Fucking cleaning up.
Oh,
They
hey,
have you playing the shit, just
hey,
throwing it around.
Hey, 100%. I
Like in your house?
Yes,
if we
you
if we
just throwing
played for
shit
maybe
around.
like 3-4 hours that day or whatever, I probably cleaned up like 30 minutes, like all
Yes,
together,
bro.
just picking shit off the ground.
Picking up the caps that the weed is in, it's like it's just so small. You got to go pick it up and take it to the thing, take it to the thing, take it to the thing.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
They
The
give you,
GTA
they
is so
give you
different.
money for it though.
Yeah.
They do
Like
give you
GTA
money.
is not like that.
No, that's why I like this.
Yeah.
It's got the GTA element, but it's super real. Like
Yeah. You
it's
actually gotta like
super real.
live the full
I
life
just,
of it.
I just can't wait to see if the police gonna ever get on our ass. Are we gonna be able to avoid the police so easily?
Because
So
like,
are there like rivals? Like, do y'all have
let me
people
tell
that's in
you,
your
Fred,
city
this is why
that's
you got to play the game, D Mills. And
Shit, in the prologue, you see the
bro, he's got to play
Yeah.
the prologue.
They
'Cause
blow
I-
up your car.
my
Your
reaction was
RV.
crazy because
I was there for that.
my jaw literally dropped when I seen the RV. I don't even want to spoil it
I
for
mean,
all
it's
the way.
the, it's the first
It's
2 minutes
weak
of the
as hell
game. Yeah, it's
anyway.
fine.
But you have to go to a new town just all together because like
Your uncle get caught.
your uncle
for some
you
shit.
basically get raided, so you go to a whole new town. You got to start off fresh. Imagine you basically start your day. You trying to get ready to start new. You come back because you hear an explosion and your whole RV or like all your shit is just gone.
Damn.
And then you find a note in the rival games like, yeah, I see you making your moves here. Just know this hard turf. You better watch out. It's just like
We haven't had that run in yet though with the so
Yeah.
I can't wait to.
But like I also people in my stream be saying like don't leave the door open or whatever.
yeah, because you'll get robbed.
yeah,
Yeah, because people
can
gonna
see
look
that.
in.
I
and,
also close the blinds.
the blinds too. Yeah, I've done that too.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
But that's why when you first joined, we gotta play today. I'm
Yeah,
playing
hey
today.
man, let's
Yeah.
wrap this podcast up because your family is with my family.
Yeah.
So we can just go.
Oh,
I
I
don't know
just
what
seen a
y'all up
little
to.
picture of.
We appreciate y'all watching or listening to this episode of Numbers on the
I'm
Board.
going home to play.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably grab some
It's
food.
like he got something to do.
I'll play.
I'll grab food and go home.
No, you grabbing that food. But I just want you to know because you're so early, when you play, you're gonna be a stalker. You're gonna be like a runner. Keep
Whatever
shit
you
replaying.
need.
Bet.
He gonna little bro you.
No, but
You better not get your ass caught.
you know
too. He
Darrick
got
motor skill. No, he ain't not gonna get caught. He gonna have the soil, the baggies, the supply. He gonna clean up.
yeah.
And then when he move up,
Cause it took you a little second to get used to it. Cause I
Yes.
play on PC and it took me a little
Yeah,
second.
it's
to get
almost
used
I'm
like
gonna
it's
play.
I kept turning on the
I'm
fucking
PC.
flashlight.
to it. Yeah.
you have no choice.
Yeah.
All right, we appreciate y'all watching or listening to the episode of Numbers on the Board. Leave a like, subscribe, and we will see y'all next episode.
Peace.